And welcome back to an initially very drained game of Nat19. So, oh my god, welcome to Vestige of Ophiuchus. We are us and you are you, and you look good today, and it's session 51. Yeah, I do it on and off. And we are all a bit drained because we are starting 2.5 hours late. The reason being, as will have gone up on the channel, we got a whole bunch of gifts, and Leviathan made and sent us 40 sets of dice that they poured and made for like specific characters from our various games, and we had to show them on screen. So we spent an hour doing that, and then we also got a bunch of videos from Din and Krabozy and Hubris and so on, and we had to watch those, and so we're late. And also sad and happy.
Totally worth, because holy
yeah, man. Things that I really wish we had 2 days sooner, so we could have been like, that could have been the anniversary and stuff. So if we seem a bit tired, it's because
our heart juice is all over the floor.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
All of us because of all the emotions, and Logan because he rolled around in all the broken.
yeah, and I had to handle all the broken glass.
Look at all that Logan juice seeping
Yep.
into the carpet.
I'm in danger.
My
Fucking,
entire soul was pulled out of my eyes.
that was the best Ralph Wiggum I will ever
Yeah.
do. Okay.
I cried so much.
So, we're gonna get going. We're gonna jump right into it. Heckin'. I literally don't know what to do with myself after everything we just did.
I know, man.
Yep.
Right.
The raffle's already
I'm the only one
over.
playing today.
You are, and you're the only one playing today. All right, heckin'.
Well, Aaron and I.
It's true. Okay, so I gotta turn on the fancy grounds capture. Bam, there we go. Today's game will probably be a bit short because we did run so late and because we're in the end of the semifinals, but I feel like we've made up for it with the other videos we'll be putting up. Real quick, I'm going to roll. Oh my god, you've lost connection so many times, Brad. Real quick.
It's okay, she's dead.
Let's see who's going to give us our recap. It's going to be. Oh, this is fitting. Spencer, what happened last time?
Fuck yeah,
Thank
boy.
God.
I was hoping you'd say me so bad.
Okay.
Penis.
Okay. So, heckin', we got the tournament grounds. Some folk were missing, specifically Tantia. She was like, she was a no-show. Luckily, Argo was there. So that's all that matters. Heckin'. But yeah, it started out with just Lexi and Fenris going up against Barbarian Murkwire now. And also like fucking Orbis or whatever his name was. And they were like, uh-oh, and I was like, uh-oh, y'all are boned. And then they proceeded to get boned, like raw dogged, real bad.
He ain't wrong.
Sir.
He ain't wrong.
I might fucking try to refute it. And then, yeah, and then heckin' little bad boy. Oh my god, his name is gone. His name is gone now. Flint, that's it. He's like, hey, got new member of the highest standard here. Here to save y'all from getting your asses kicked, and then proceeded to get his ass kicked.
I mean, he helped us out a bunch before that happened, but go on.
No. And then he got a hold person off on Murkwire, and Lexi proceeded to 1v1 Murkwire and kicked his fucking ass.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Fenris over there bleeding, unconscious, useless.
I died.
In her own fucking match, useless ass Fenris. No, I'm kidding. Kidding, I love
Dot.
So,
I mean.
yeah. So now Lexi's moving on to the finals. So.
Hell yeah.
Real quick, because I can now
That's not true, so it's canon.
I don't know, man.
heckin' always invisible. Because I can now technically show this. Here is the complete image of the standings with how things are now, right up to the top.
People.
Look at all them dead
So
people.
many. So many dead.
Yep.
Damn.
That is an adequate second recap of what happened last time.
Did I miss anything after that, or did we end right there?
That's
It
a
was
round
basically
we're
just
in.
a fight.
Yep. It was, well, the thing is, at the start of session last game, there was the stuff with Quintus and
The
Flux
chats and stuff.
investigating the attacks in the town.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yes, and also the ring being
Finding
given
out that
and
Rory's
such.
disappeared.
Man, I even wrote
Rory
notes
hasn't
last time. I didn't
disappeared.
even
What are
look
you
at him.
talking about?
He's
fucking
disappeared. He's
He's
dead.
dead. They don't know who he is. They've killed him.
And Avi gave me a
Spirited away
handshake, so you know
to
that's pretty
death.
cool.
To death. Okay.
To death.
Cutting in. Fenris, you have just been moved out into the pits by the Academy. Oh yes, also, Rasputin Mortegard was also introduced. The Academy priest that Vogan needs to get in good with, has finally shown up at the arena, I believe is a worthwhile thing to remember.
Yeah.
But yes, that aside, Fenris, after what happened, you and Lexi, as well as Murkwire, are moved out into the different pits. Murkwire has also given up his claim. He will refuse the throne if he is elected. You guys are moved off to the side and treated. Fenris, also you are given back 1 hit point, so you are, boop, just awake. I'm going to reshare this map for all to see, just in advance.
We had ended game immediately after the thing. I was actually gonna be like, hey Flux, let's run over to the fucking infirmaries.
You can if you want
Yes,
to.
sir.
Absolutely.
Because you never know what kind of bad
As
things are gonna
Lexi
happen.
and Fenris and Flint and Murkwire are moved in, Murkwire pretty quickly, steadying himself, he gets his hit point back, and he is going to go off on his own. He has no interest in staying around longer than he needs to here. He will head off, and you guys are free to do whatever you want to do.
We'll make sure Fenris is okay.
Basically, yeah, it's just making sure that
Yeah.
everybody got up,
Yeah.
making sure that certain people didn't come in and do bad things.
You arrived to find a knife in Fenris's throat. Sorry you had to find out this way, Brad.
It's alright, I've got pumpernickel
But no,
ready to go.
you guys, you do. You come and whenever you go to the infirmaries, you see Academy mages wearing their pretty distinct colors, treating them, giving them the bare minimum amount of treatment needed to get them back on their feet, as has been the norm. And Lexi, you are patched up a bit. Some people are congratulating you. You see some people, you hear some chatting on the way as you guys approach, where people are talking about how genuinely impressed they are that somebody of Lexi's stature, and as of up till this point, not someone of an incredible amount of skill. Like, she was talented, but she didn't make it terribly far. They were shocked that she managed to turn things around and take out such a ferocious opponent. You reach them as Fenris comes to.
Just like walking by, it's like, yeah, that higher standard must be really nice.
It's Quinn spreading these rumors. Man, my standard's really great, huh? Oh my God.
Ow.
You okay?
Yeah, I must have blacked out or something. What happened?
You got bapped pretty hard. Oh yeah, but it's okay. I beat up Murkwire. I mean, Flint helped a little, but I beat up Murkwire.
I knew you could do it.
Yeah, and now you get to go to the final.
Oh yeah, where's Flint?
Flint's in there with you guys.
I guess so.
Side-eyeing him. I mean, he helped a little, but like...
I'm sure you took him on headstrong. Ow.
No, he actually helped a whole lot.
Hey!
I couldn't have done it without him. Hi.
Hi.
Luck, secure Flint.
Yeah, I mean, I
That's right.
wouldn't say I carried that fight, but I definitely turned the tables a bit for you guys. But it's fine, we're even. It's fine.
You helped a lot.
By the way, are you guys planning on buying property in the Platinum District, or are you just here to visit, or what? Because I was thinking that maybe we should find a place.
That's I feel like that's a Quintus question.
He's just, as he's talking, he just is like on one of the benches, laying down on his side, his head just like propped up on one of his hands as he's like bouncing himself up with his elbow. He's like, yeah, no, I think we should all get a place together in the Platinum District. You guys can afford that, right? Of course you can. Of course. Well, why? You're the highest standard. Of course you can afford a place.
I don't know how much places cost. I don't. That's
Same.
Ow. That's
Also, we already have a pretty nice place that's not in the Platinum District, so yeah. I'm
there are
happy there.
rooms.
So you're focusing on how much would a house cost, but what you should really be asking is, how much does a guild hall cost?
That sounds expensive.
I still do not know.
You know, he has a point.
When-
Like, I'm just sitting there like, you know, he has a point.
As previously stated, I guess that's more of a Quintus question.
I am going to have a lot of money whenever all of you win.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if Vogan wins this one and then he fights Fenris, then well, one of them's gonna lose.
Oh yeah, if they both go into the finals, I'm cashing out. But
Same. I also have money on both of them. So
He's going down. He's.
when
It
now?
will be so much fun.
Yeah.
Wait, when he fights the lady or when he fights you?
Oh, when he fights me.
Oh, okay. So
He
you think
can
he's
do
gonna win
this
this
one.
one?
He'll
I
be
think he's gonna
fine.
win this one too.
if anyone can take on someone from the capital, I feel that Kitty and Vogan have the best chance.
Oh, they have this. It's gonna be so good.
Speaking of which, I'm not opposed to this whole Flint situation. Hello, Flint.
Hey.
I'm not opposed to this situation, of course. But what happened to Tantia?
Yeah, where's Tantia?
I don't know.
Flint, you said you knew something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
So I was, following some people around, because I may or may not have been, it's not important what I was going to do, actually, now that he, looks over to Lexi, you seem like, you know what, I feel like you're not the type of person that really wants to know about what I was going to do.
No, you should tell us what you were gonna do.
You want to know what I was going to do, or do you want to know what happened to Tantia?
Both.
Do we have
Let's
to
for now
choose?
go for the Tantia.
All right. So the point is, for no good reason, I happened to be following around Tantia. And I lost track of them for a bit. They seemed to be heading out to, I'm not sure where in the town. It didn't look like they were going to anywhere specific. Maybe just back to a tavern? I don't know. But I lost track of them for a while, and by the time I caught up with them, there was this big scuffle that happened. Someone appeared. This dude just showed up out of the darkness. He was
What kind of dude?
kind of an effeminate-looking guy. Maybe I think it was a guy, anyways. He had a blade on each of his arms, and by the time I got there, it looked like, and I was about to get involved, it looked like he had attacked and finished her, but the wound that he dealt her wasn't fatal. As I was about to get involved, I heard a noise, and the guy seemed to take off relatively quickly, and this big, it's hard to describe because it was pretty dark. This big metal thing showed up with somebody riding it. It was like a big wagon, but with two wheels. There's like one big one on the front, and then it came in making a whole lot of noise, and someone was riding it, and they took her.
What happened with Tantia?
They seemed to be looking, I assume, for the guy, if I'm going to be honest. But they showed up and they saw that Tantia was left unconscious on the ground, and they took her. They sped off. I followed the tracks this thing left, and they left them out on the steps of the Temple of the Summer Sky. I took them in, and they decided to move Tantia in with all of the other soulless. She's fine, though. Her body seems to be fine, but, it may be possible that maybe that guy is what's been making people into soulless. I don't know why he attacked her, and I don't know why that person decided to help her out, but,
There's been something hunting these demonic entities. Me and Flux found out last night, and we assume that the Tenebros is connected to them.
Indeed.
And if that is the case, we need to probably assume Tantia.
yeah. I just thought I'd come and let you know, and then when it turns out you didn't have enough help to fight, I figured I should maybe jump in.
How are you feeling right now?
Me? I'm on the top of my game, man. I'm fine. My
Can you do
headphone
me a
cable
fa-
keeps heckin' jerking around and it keeps making it cut out so I can't hear anything. But apart from that, I'm feeling great.
Can you do me your first job as a member of the highest standard then?
What?
I am the leader of the highest standard. You will have to do what I say.
Okay.
Is that not what you wanted?
What am I doing?
I need you to go and check on Tantia.
I'll go with him.
Like now?
I believe
I can
that.
go.
I believe that you're supposed to stay here during the tournament. Fenris.
Fenris, yeah.
Can you do that, Flint?
Yeah, I guess.
I think that Fenris would like to know her
Am
current
I
condition.
supposed to stay here or can I go?
I believe you can make your way.
I can go.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
Sure, if you want me to do that. But hey, I'm not doing this because you told me to. I'm doing this because I'm a cool guy and I want to help out my friends.
As long as it gets done, then I don't mind which way you do it.
Alright, good. As long as we understand one another.
Then maybe later we can talk about this guild hall business.
Oh yeah?
Sounds like you really have a want to get there. Luckily for you, so do I.
Big, fanged smile from him. You swear that despite the fact that he has illusions concealing his Cassandria elements, you swear that you feel the, swooping of dust and the sound of fur passing along stone as his tail is likely wagging behind him. Alright, sure. Well, if you wanna, Lexi, if you wanna come and check on them, then we can go check on Tantia. I stayed with them for a while. They only left them on the steps and they didn't, the rider, I mean, only left them on the steps, didn't make sure anybody found them, so that's why I heckin' knew what they did, because I had to go bang on the door and tell them somebody was ready. When I left them, they were about the same as the others. Although I heard that the soulless tend to degrade kind of slowly, so it's really odd. Tantia seemed to basically fall immediately into being catatonic.
I'm really worried about her, but also really want to see Vogan's fight. Like, how far away is it? Bro, I'm not going to make it back in time to see it, am I?
Yeah, kind of a rule of thumb is like everything in the city tends to be about an hour away from each other. I've found, in living here for a while, that tends to be.
We
could probably get there in like half hour.
Okay,
Then I'll make my way over.
Gwen, don't you want to see it too?
I already know how it's going to end.
Well, me too, but I want to see how they do it.
I want to get the current evaluation of her as quickly as I can.
If you would allow me, I would like to accompany you, Master Quintus.
Of course, Flux.
Excellent.
Can we leave things here to you all for, I guess, the next hour?
Well, I mean, if you guys are gonna go, like, someone has to stay to cheer on Vogan and Miriam. Like, they can't not have people from the highest standard cheering them on. So we have to be here. Yeah.
We'll be back as soon as we can, then.
You okay, Fenris?
I don't know. This isn't fair. This isn't... Tantia deserved something extravagant, some great battle before she falls. To just fall catatonic like that.
Yeah, it's not really her jam.
No, not really.
We saw there were many creatures whenever we had got there, right, Flux?
Indeed. Seemed to have been quite a significant battle.
The Tenebros could not have fought this fairly. Tantia is too strong for that.
No. I believe Tantia's presence explains some of the burn marks we saw around the area.
Let's go check on her.
Please.
Alright.
I'm gonna stay here and cheer on Vogan and help Fenris feel better.
Yeah, you guys really need me? If all you guys are going?
Oh, if we're going, you don't have to go.
Alright, cool. Yo, I'm not gonna not be allowed to do this Guildhall stuff though if I don't go, right? I'm not opting myself out of anything. I'm just.
Who's to say, Flint? I start walking away.
Hell yeah.
You can say.
Okay.
You're the guild leader.
That's true.
Well then. A fair amount of time passes as you guys head out. We'll catch up with you guys after the fight.
Definitely. I don't expect us to have any big revelations.
As you guys head out, enough time passes that Diane, now the announcer for the Glass Crown, comes out and talks to the crowd about the upset that just happened. You see Diane,
Diane.
speaking briefly, talking about how it's unfortunate that Murkwire will not take the throne. She briefly talks about how, though his name is technically still in the running, and they could force the position on him, the Merchant Lords would of course never want to do this. She then seems to... Diane tends to come off as rather calculating to the lot of you, but you see her seem to stop as she's talking, as if she's considering something that takes her a moment to fully decide how she feels. And you see her close her eyes. She puts one hand up over, just like over her heart, and like clenches it around the emerald that is on her chest. In a way that comes across as being deep in thought and deeply sentimental. And then you see her stop, open her eyes, and address the crowd. And times are tumultuous for this city, and the amount of upsets have been dire. Right now, we need strong leadership. And with everything that's happened and the Merchant Lords that we've lost, it is hard to imagine the city getting back onto its feet, especially with someone with such strength and devotion as Murkwire choosing to stand down. And as that Vindy's... You see her look up and around, and you see she seems to look for Vindy, and Vindy does not appear to be here today. And as that Vindy has chosen not even to reveal their candidate for the city, I would, with the approval of the other Merchant Lords, like to put forward my own name as a replacement for Murkwire. There is a general silence, and you hear her just continue, with everything that has happened, serving under Etrican, who... Knowing that it's not public information, you take her pause to be her considering how to relay the information of what supposedly had happened to Edrigan to the city. My former employer, Edrigan Burmond, has been accused of great crimes against the city, and so I have taken his place. With Murkwire gone, my faith in anybody from outside the city has been shaken. So, I asked the other Merchant Lords consider my position, and in 2 days, when the election finally comes to an end, I hope to stand before you as someone who, at least in the near future, can lead this city back into a golden age. For those we have lost, and in the spirit of removing those who have tricked us, and clawing our way back from an age of deception. There's a general murmur in the crowd of people who seem to not really have much of an opinion on this. If it's not Murkwire, a relatively sensational choice, they don't seem to really care. It's not really their choice. The Merchant Lords will be the one that'll make the decision, so you hear the crowd generally despondent as far as this goes, but they do not seem against the idea of Diane taking it up. That said, we shall continue, and you will find out who will lead you when the time comes. We will be stronger for this, Summergrass. We absolutely will. I would like to call out for this next match. Vogan, and those he has chosen to stand beside him, please come out.
What?
I step out.
As you do. Argo, and Vogan, and Miriam, all of whom, by the way, by this point, none of you would be aware of what was going on with Tantia. So Argo's still relatively chipper as far as things go.
Yeah. Got no idea. Ignorance is bliss.
Hey Argo, I'm gonna go check on Tantia. She's in the...
Oh my god.
I get Brian,
God.
Lexi's like making sure to like hold your hand this entire time to like support you to help you feel better.
Oh, she's holding it with. She's holding Lexi's hand with both of hers.
Oh,
Very worried expression
you.
on her face.
I can't
Lexi just
remember
like,
which. I cannot remember. I can't remember for the life of me which pit we had said that you guys were in. So
I can't either.
One of them.
I think it
Do
was.
I have summoned my sword beforehand, like just now?
If you want to come out and do that as you approach, you absolutely can.
what a fucking hot die squad. Jesus Christ.
As you come out, Argo does leave his scythe off behind him and he just walks up with his hands in his pockets. As you go up and as you twitch your wrist forward and your sword just in a crack of lightning is summoned into your hand, you see Argo just kind of cracks his neck to the side and then shifts his head forward. His scythe from back in the pit lifts into the air, flies over to him, swings around him, and goes behind him and rests in the air as you step in front of him. Do you, Miriam? The two of them are being slightly
Miriam, do a
theatrical.
cool thing.
Yeah, do you like to do anything?
Do it.
Graham just starts doing like a little dance and like playing his music.
He's doing the floss now.
Miriam, do a jig.
Miriam dabs.
Flossing.
Miriam just dabs.
Yeah, he's just walking in. He'll finger guns at the audience a couple times. He's just being his regular old smug self.
Spencer,
What's up?
I'd like you to roll me the most important D100 roll of your life.
Oh,
You got it.
shit.
83.
The lower would
I
have been.
think that's what I got last time. It was in the
I
80s.
think so,
when-
yeah.
Lower would have been better.
Oh no.
It's like
Wow.
divine intervention. D100 rolls are kind of like counterintuitive that way.
They can't. It can go either
Depends
way.
on the
But
table, I guess.
I find for luck things, lower is generally better to assume lower is better.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
Huh.
generally.
Really?
Generally.
Depends on the thing. It depends on if it's a luck thing or if it's a multiple choice based on your response thing. As you guys do that, Diane, real quick before we get into this, I'm shutting that window. We were doing so much stuff in here today. I didn't close the window because it was getting hot. But I don't like them car
That's
noises.
totally fair.
Car.
Okay. As you guys prepare yourself and you get up to the side of the arena, Diane waits for the obligatory cheering to stop as the crowd calms down. She's like, and now, certainly a favorite, and someone that we very much welcome from the capital. Would the lady and her team please come forward? I look forward to seeing who it is that you're going to. And then as she looks over, you see initially the lady walking out, her weapon, her Alsfis, on one of her shoulders, like holding it with one hand, walking forward. Behind her, you see Scandal walking in, being as diva-esque as ever. One hand like up to the crowd, spinning happily, looking to all of them. And then you see a third figure coming in with her, with the two of them. You see somebody with a very set of large black wings, carrying a sword at their side.
Fuck you!
Long dark hair. As you see Aviana walking up and out of the pit with the two of them.
Fucking I knew it. Like, I fucking knew I was boned. Like,
Come on! Also,
As I enter, just to fuck with them, I'm going to come up the stairs, go into the air, do a quick turn and flourish with my wings, and land with a little wink at Vogan and a very devilish smile.
Avi, do your war cry to intimidate them. Be all like, caca!
yeah, give me a caca!
Oh, I'll give you a caca, Vogan.
Oh my. I don't
You see Diane regards you being there, Avi, with some surprise. And then it seems to peel away rather quickly. She's like, that would be your wild card pick then, I assume. To which the lady, who was effectively at this point sponsored by Diane, doesn't seem to respond. Just gives her a look that doesn't seem very negative, but is entirely devoid of any intention of engaging with Diane. The lady walks forward. I hope that you don't mind that I got one of your teammates involved. but I thought it would be interesting. Ever since I saw them at the gathering, I had wondered what their connection to you was like. Plus, there's someone who knows how you all fight.
Logan, this is bad.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
aware.
This is bad. I know.
I just slowly turned to Miriam.
I love
Yeah,
it.
that's
Oh
not where I was
no,
hoping
they're
you'd go with
hot.
that, but that's fine.
Oh no, they're all hot.
Do you think when we beat them, I can ask if I can have a kiss?
All right.
I'm going to remove some people from the combat tracker, by the by. Boop-a-doo.
Kiss my blade.
You had the fucking nerve to encourage me. How dare you?
I sent her a
I
message.
love you,
I sent her
Spencer.
I sent
Fuck
her a
off.
message last week, like, kick his ass.
This is outstanding.
I had no idea. Hayden, you held a secret from me.
I did.
I mean, I knew
Because-
all week.
Whenever, as soon as Avi wasn't with me and Flux, I sent Hayden a message last week going, yeah, kick his ass.
I didn't tell any of y'all bitches.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Fucking Logan told me. He was like, I gotta tell somebody.
I mean, I
Alright.
couldn't see you talking to them again, but yeah, so the crowd doesn't seem to know who they are. The lady turns to the crowd as Diane seems to walks away out of the center to give you guys space. For those of you who may be wondering, the person who is standing beside me is standing in for the wonderful warrior who I fought. Osman, that's it. I remember names. Osman. I was granted the privilege of asking somebody to join me today. This fighter is someone who has protected your city from the shadows for quite some time, from what I've gathered. I hope you'll all appreciate her today. Such initiative for the good of those around them is encouraged at the capital, and so we hope it would be encouraged here as well. The crowd, they've had a day. There's been a lot of ups and downs for the people of Summergrass today. The response is as muddied and as unclear as any of the others have been, but people seem to be murmuring.
Aren't they a doll?
Yeah.
Wow.
Those of you that are in the crowd, you do hear some people talking. You do hear some bit. Oh my god, you do hear some people talking with familiarity. You do hear some like, fucking. Isn't that the demon of the slums? I thought I've seen them before. What do you mean they're with the knight from the capital? They're a demon, a genuine demon. Those are the sorts of murmurs you hear coming from the crowd.
Ooh. Fenris just starts like, she's still pretty solemn, but she'll get pretty comfortable to sit and watch this.
You
I'm gonna
can
hold my head high.
you can
I want
choose
to-
where you want to start. It has to be on a proper space. It has to be on the main area.
All right, got it.
Wow.
I will say, let's say that it has to be on the.
Damn it! So I'll stand there.
Miriam and so Argo is gonna walks up, looks over to Avi. Interesting. I'm not sure I ever actually got to tango with you properly.
Nope, we never did. Let's make this interesting.
Yeah.
Good fight.
Hey Vogan,
Yeah.
why don't you leave Kolesh to me?
Is that her last name? I don't know. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, go for it.
All right.
Oh, this will be interesting.
This is so spicy.
I love it. Oh my god.
What? I never knew. No one told me.
Who's Rory? I don't know who Rory is, and at this point, I'm too afraid to ask.
Great to ask.
So we're going to be doing something, and I know what reaction this is going to get out of the Spence boy. So this is you're going to be mad at me real quick. We're going to be doing something in this particular match that's going to make it a little spicy.
It's already really spicy.
I am going. We haven't done this in a very, very long time. But given that there's some PvP going on, and I'd like there to be a certain element of randomness to this, at the top of every round, initiative will be re-rolled.
Yes, I thought so.
Oh, cool!
Yay!
That's
Man.
neat, though.
I've never done that. That's so. I'm excited.
Yep, there's an option for it
Spencer, you
automatically
better
in this.
win
We
so
used to
we
do
can
that a
fight.
lot, then we stopped just because, for certain pacing reasons. But I think every now and then is fine.
It's really fun. It's a really fun thing.
It's June.
Let me just
Quick,
find...
everyone take the alert feet, go!
This
Here
would
I
be
go.
This would be great for Fenris because she has an ability called Quicken.
Oh shit.
It'd be the first time I use it. Or not
Aviana, it is
ability.
your... Yes, you still have your max hit points up. That said, we're going to get started with this fight. And is there anything else that anybody wants to address before we get right into it? Because this is probably going to be today.
Pee real quick.
I love you.
All right, fine. Go, Vogan, pee real quick. You go do that, boy.
He's got to get his stress pee out.
My little,
Oh God.
Feel that?
the one that keeps yelling toward Lady, a little mechanical spider's taking pictures.
Aww.
Fen is just on the edge of her seat, like. Oh,
At one
this
point,
is
they
a
see
big
like the
fight.
flashes coming from you. The lady at one point just like turns, tilts her head slightly, and gives like a very calm like peace sign your way.
Yeah!
Cute.
The flashing stops for a second, then intensifies and just click, 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 click.
Yes.
You're both starting over there, huh?
Oh my
I love the idea that Miriam is like is just inching toward these guys. Like I don't want to go over there. I want to go to Scandal.
This is bad. This is really
No,
bad.
these are
I want
bears.
to kill
He just
someone.
made a big stand there.
I'm excited. This is gonna be a juicy fight. I'm also really
people are
fucking
thinking-
devastated. Also, Logan, WTF? Besides the point. Ah!
People are thinking it's Ashley saying I love you, lady. Nah, it's Lydia saying I love you, lady.
Aw.
Aw, Alejandro's trying to watch and his phone's not working.
Oh no!
Because I texted him today, I was like, you better fucking watch me, motherfucker.
I was waiting for
In a
Spence
more
to get
loving
there.
way.
Of course.
Yes?
How long have you known?
Weeks.
Okay, I'm gonna be clear with you guys. Heckin', Hayden has known that Avi was going to be doing this long enough that we started to be like, we're gonna have to deal with like the temporal like implications of if Avi gets too hurt during the guest games.
Yeah.
We knew before that.
We've known for a minute.
Like before you guys went to the summit, I had already been like, yo, if a lady asked you to like take part in this, would you? Like before you guys even went to ask people.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why we were cool with Avi not showing up for that, even though Hayden was around, was so we could be like, yeah, I mean, no one fucking Fenris can't even ask Avi. It's fine. It's whatever. So she doesn't have to deal with saying, you know, oh, I'm already taken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You
but
secret keepers.
Also,
You
yeah,
keepers
asking
of
players in
secrets.
Nat19 to keep secrets from each other. Oh, that's such a rare thing. Or
Well, most of
so
us. Here's the
fun.
thing. Most of us fucking struggle. Hayden apparently fucking excels.
most of us.
Dude,
i.e.
I
you
I
and
struggle
us,
most
any-
of the
most of us
I
meaning
struggle
anyone
most of the
but
time,
Brett.
but this was too fun. This was too fun a secret. I'm like, oh yes.
In my defense, I have none. You're right.
In the face. Don't bully.
I am
Single
horrid. The fact, the amount of
Most
stories
of us,
just
meaning
me.
me, Brett Bretterson.
It's true. I am bad at keeping secrets because some people happen to say things not literally in a very literal tone that I'm excited to believe. Cody.
Waggles
Anyway,
eyebrows.
I have learned from these. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Oh! Secret keeping.
Good job, Brett.
Just because we're not playing, just going to address chat? No, Scandal is not a witchcraft sorcerer. That is an assumption.
She's an NPC. She's everything she needs to be.
She is... I've said this so much. Don't try to pin a class on Scandal. She's an NPC. She functions with some sorcerer things. She does not function as a one-to-one any specific sorcerer. She is a lot more like a sorcerer who also has hag features. Welcome back.
Hello. I was refilling my water.
All right.
Actual
Yo,
witch.
yo.
Let's get into this
I love you,
then.
Spencer.
I'm going to go initiative. Clear all initiatives. I'd like the players to please roll their initiatives.
Fuck you.
Hey, don't worry. You won't have to commit to it for too long. And
I can go, my boy.
all right. Diane steps back, tells you guys to have an honorable fight, and expects that you will, and then very loudly proclaims, "And go! Begin!" As she does, Scandal's going to be going first.
All right.
Scandal takes a step forward and is just very puts her arms out like as if to the crowd, as if to bask in once again being in the arena. The Scarlet personality once again being played into, and you hear her just close her eyes, look over to the lady, and be like, "So if I do this, you remember what we talked about, right?" "Yes, I do." "Good. Then in that case, she is going to do what she did last time. She's going to start with Storm Sphere.
Woo!
Oh, goody.
Building
Actually, no,
up
that's
in
not
the
too bad for me.
building up in the it's not terrible for you. It's not necessarily going into your room. Building up in the center of the area, a 20-foot radius sphere. Let's see if we have a token for this. Let's switch us to the combat playlist. Do we have a storm sphere? We got ice storm,
what?
sleet storm.
Oh, thank you. You're good. I don't want you to die. I love you. Oh, thank you.
There
Wow.
it is. What a cool thing. Let's make sure we put this on a bottom layer so it doesn't get heckin', so nothing weird happens with it. Watch this get stuck on the map like the old one did.
Hey.
Heckin' boop. I'm going to unclaim Winchester real quick because he's getting in my way. He's in the way of my ability to change some things. Bam.
Fucking Winchester.
Winchester's trying to protect you.
And now I'm back from peeing and nothing else.
Fucking, I heard you on Hayden's end.
What? That's dumb. That's crazy. What? Don't worry about it.
Thanks, Mom.
20 feet. Bam. So that
Go
should
for
go
the
to
shins,
1,
Hayden.
2, 3, 4.
Oh, I will.
That should go to there. That's such a cool token. As a storm builds up in the center of the area, as it does, as this storm begins to crackle and fills the center, neither Vogan nor the lady seem terribly concerned with moving away from it. I'm going to have Scarlet go ahead and put their effect on there to concentrate. Heckin', you still got all your gosh darn... Yep, you do. Cool. Boop-a-doop. A boop. Those of you that have fought, I think a lot of you specifically have seen this before. You used it last time you fought against her. She is then going to use a bonus action to cause a bolt of lightning to blast from the sphere towards Miriam. Heckin'. You are not within the sphere. So there is a lightning begins to crackle in this storm of clouds that have built up in the center. You start to feel electricity tingling along your bodies, the two of you that are in it. Your weapons begin to crackle as electricity arcs along them. A bolt of lightning seems to collect in the center and blast outwards. Miriam, you see it. It fires towards you. It hits you, I assume, unless you do something about it.
It would be... I don't think she's close enough for me to do anything, so no.
Alright. Again, that strikes you, so that's going to be 46 lightning damage. As it blasts you, it arcs through your body, you feel it ground through you. You feel a little bit singed as you slide back slightly, the electricity dispersing around you. And you hear the faint sound of like a kiss being blown your way. Over the sound of the storm raging in front of you.
Nice.
And the lady's going to go. She is going to immediately move through the storm, and she is going to get up, passing directly through the start of it. 1 second, just going to check Storm Sphere again real quick, just to make sure there's no crazy things that happen that I'm forgetting if you start within it. Boop-a-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Boop-a-doo. The creature in the sphere when it appears or when they end their turn there. Okay, so actually one note, I got to rewind slightly. I've got to make a save against the two of you. Apologies. Okay. Just caster stuff. There's going to be a lot of stuff to remember real quick. Heckin' boom. As you target Vogan and the lady. Boom. Boom. You both have to make a strength save, which, Vogan, you are exceptionally good at. You both succeed.
Woo!
All right. As that happens, you both resist the force of the wind gailing around you. As that turn begins, the lady is going to go. The lady rushes towards you, seeming with a lot of respect. They don't seem to waste any time doing anything else whenever they approach you. They seem like they're coming at you pretty full force. Which, you know, cool. But also,
yeah.
The Allsfeast comes up.
It's a crit.
It's a crit.
Yeah. 31.
Oh. It
All
began.
right, bye, guys.
You're cutting words on the damage.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that for me and I'll minus it.
Well,
that's good.
Can I exemplary deflection this as well?
Yes, you can. Noting that the cutting words will affect the damage before it is reduced.
Sure.
All right. They go, or well, actually, I'll just let it handle however it decides to calculate it. But they go to strike you. As they strike, they hit you with such force that outside, you guys see the storm sphere split along the axis she swings her weapon. It reasserts itself and goes back into being contiguous. But for a second, the wind is cut as this attack hits Vogan. Bam! You take 6 damage. The 7 is, you reduce 7 damage, and then her 12 that it remains is reduced down to 6. Also, you resist critical hit damage, so you resist a bit more of it. You tank that like a boss.
Okay, cool.
From another universe.
She strikes you. She just has a moment where she seems to smile at you, and you see this red glow in her eyes as she almost seems to get excited by the prospect of you having blocked it. She's going to go for 2 more attacks on you. She hits.
Makes sense.
She strikes, dealing 13 damage to you. She brings the weapon up. She spins it around, cuts down at you again. Also hits. You take another 14 from that.
I'm already below half.
It is what it is.
No,
Yep.
I was critical. Fucking turned around.
Oh yeah.
Aviana.
Oh my
All
god.
right.
I need y'all to shut up.
Avi
Okay, we'll go on mute.
shoots
We'll
you.
shut up. That's fine.
Their team rolled real good on initiative. What can I say?
Yeah.
Oh, also, the lady's gonna have to make a saving throw against the sphere because she ended her turn within it. So I'm just going to real quick. She's probably gonna succeed, but I'm gonna real quick. Gotta do the thing. Oh, she failed. That was terrible. As she is battered somewhat by the effects of the storm, she's going to take 2d6 bludgeoning damage. She takes 8 damage.
Woo.
Alright. Just from doing stuff. I will remind you guys that in the ongoing effort to conserve memory in the future, the bloodstains and effects have been taken off.
Cool.
So we're kind of in more traditional D&D territory of if you want to know how a creature's doing, you gotta either figure it out, make a check, or I'll tell you if it's obvious. Alright, Avi, what are you doing?
All right, so I'm going to summon my second Vox Victoria sword,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to immediately throw it at Argo.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Then, in doing so,
Make that attack.
Why
You did that with disadvantage. Why did you
I
do
don't know
that?
why that's on. I don't know why that's on disadvantage because I dropped the second 10, but either way. Because it was doing weird disadvantage stuff last time, and I don't remember why.
It thinks you're at long range currently, is why it's doing it.
But I ignore long range.
You do ignore long range. One sec, I'll just go into your thing and... Where is it? Vox Victoria restored, throwing weapon. I'm just going to
make it short range, its max range.
Yep. I'm just going to change its range to 120, 120. If you dropped the second 10, you would have gotten that 10. If it was advantage, you would have gotten a 19, which would hit at Argo.
Awesome. And then I would like to teleport to my blade.
Yes, you would have had to. For the purposes of this, when you throw it,
Yeah.
let's revisit Vox Victoria since it's a new toy we're playing with.
Just double check. I'm sorry.
Totally okay. Heckin'. So, you take the attack check action. You threw it to hit them. That attack. Oh, sorry. That one should not have had advantage. That should have just been a straight roll.
Yeah, just
so
straight
you
roll.
still hit. So that is what it is. So roll your damage on the hit before we continue.
Hi, Argo. You're my friend.
All right. You deal 11 damage as you throw it. It spins. It lets out this almost musical sound as the harp section of it grates against the air as it's spinning. It cuts into Argo, who moves to the side to try to get away from it. As it's going by him, you use Flash Victorious that is your bonus action. Just to review.
Yes.
You use Flash Victorious. You disappear, flashing in this this aura of green light, and you reappear holding the blade, catching it with your other hand behind Argo. And I assume you're going to take the attack.
I'm just gonna smile at him and then attack him.
And that one would have. Let's see. You use part of attack. You immediately make a weapon attack with a target creature. That one has advantage because it's part of Flash Victorious.
Cool. Just roll it again. Or?
Yes.
Cool. Hi, buddy.
So we'll go with the first one. And so, and since you had it with advantage, you can use sneak attack.
Woo! Should I just roll? Because I rolled my damage. Just roll my
sure.
4. Actually, no, they're D8s now.
They are D8s now.
Fucking what?
Yeah.
They're D8s because of that is the benefit a rogue gets from attuning to a Constelliquary.
Oh.
Fucking is it? All right.
You said you wanted to fight me, Argo. Are you still sure?
He's gonna go down to. I know what I said, but remember, speaking's my only noteworthy skill. As you appear behind him and strike him, he backs off. As he tries to strike you, the scythe almost seemed to try to act on its own to intercept you as you came near him, but it does not manage to. So that is that is your attack. That's your thrown weapon attack, and then your bonus action. Technically, because of innate dexterity, you can make one more attack with the short sword, using the second one, if you want to.
I would. So just another Vox Victoria attack on him.
That is a hit.
Bam.
Gain a favor. And you would now be, I assume, off beside him.
Yeah, off beside him.
As you do this admittedly very flashy attack and move, you hear a roar from the crowd as whatever you were just employing and the musical nature of it pleases them considerably. Make sure you tick off a use of Flash Victorious on your sheet.
Yes.
And then heckin'... Boop-a-doop-boo. Let's see.
And for my movement, I'm going to take to the air 20 feet.
Alrighty. So Argo will be able to react to that.
Mm-hmm.
So Argo, my boy over here, he's going to do just about the only thing that he can do since you're doing that, and that he's going to make a attack against you.
Bring it, buddy.
His scythe is going to swing down on you, trying to intercept you. It is going to get a crit.
Amazing.
So he's bringing it, buddy.
So I'm going to uncanny dodge.
As you attack him, go ahead and put it on yourself. As you attack him, like, you sure you still want to fight him? And he's like, my only skill's being able to talk. You hear the whirring of the blade behind him, cutting through the air as it comes to strike you, and it catches you hard in the back. You take four damage.
What's that I smell, Argo? Smells like bullshit.
Yeah, you stop smelling these things when you're around them for so long.
True.
And so you're gonna move?
Yes, I'm gonna go up 20 feet
Alright.
in the air, because I want to make this fun.
You go up 20 feet. Alrighty. Is that you?
That is me.
So that's quite the new toy you've got there, Aviana.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. As you do that, Vogan.
I'm gonna beat her up.
Alright, beat her up. Do it.
All right.
Fucking get her.
By beat her up, I more mean I'm going to get beat up.
Yeah.
Do both.
I'll do that. Okay.
Alright.
Second attack.
No, that attack does not hit. That attack
All right,
hits.
there we go. All right. I will. Fucking why not? I'll Scorpion Marker.
Alrighty. Gotta
Throw
get
a
that
little bit of
damage in where you
Scorpion in
can.
All right. Bam.
Alright, you deal 13 damage to her, striking towards her. The first attack misses, as the storm sort of makes it hard for you to properly orient your attack. You go for the second one and strike her. That one manages to catch her properly.
Does she seem to resist any of it?
Resist that? No.
Okay. Alrighty then. Do I want to... Hold on. That doesn't say it doesn't provoke opportunity attacks. Yeah, there. Dragon Surge.
Alright, go for it.
Hard, yeah.
May as well use all the points now before
As
I
you
get my ass
swing your
kicked.
sword back. That's fair. That just misses by a small margin.
Okay.
Oh, you wouldn't have your reaction. Oh, you have it.
But you could
What?
but you could make it hit though.
How?
Can you not saving face?
Oh, I could.
Do you have any favor?
Favor has to be
I already-
before
I
you
already
roll.
rolled it.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
I'm gonna be a butt
Plus,
about
he already
that.
told me if I missed or not, so I can't use saving face.
Oh, fair.
Okay.
Ah.
Second attack.
I'll give you a moment after attacks too.
All right. And then I'll move this way.
Move this way. Alright, yeah, because you don't want to end within the sphere. As you move that way, the lady is going to do the obvious, and she's going to try to take an attack against you as her reaction.
Mm-hmm.
So you move, she points the auspice down and tries to strike it towards... she misses!
Ow!
Tries... Don't worry about it. She strikes towards you, you leap back as she drives it into the ground, like she was trying to pin your foot down, but you managed to get away from it before it hits you.
Gotcha. Okay. That'll be my turn.
Alright. Heck in. Next up is Argo. Argo is going to take... Phew. It's a tricky thing, isn't it? Let's see. Argo's going to take the first turn. Since he has decided to take on Aviana, he is going to use Radiant Soul. As you take off and you fly up into the air, he also puts one of his hands towards his chest and sweeps it outwards, causing the cape on his arm to flutter dramatically. As he does, these large radiant wings sprout and form on his back.
It's gonna hurt so bad.
Hey, just a quick tip, though I don't think it's gonna matter. If we manage to take down Avi, they won't be able to help her. She doesn't deal well with conventional healing. He's then going to turn, and he is going to fly up towards you. He's going to stay locked onto you so that he is right beside you. And as he does, let's see, that would have been his action to do that. He doesn't have all that many bonus actions. Just checking his stuff in case I forgot to mark down any of them. He is going... Oh, you're all the way over there, Vogan. He's not going to do that. He's not going to go for you, Avi.
Okay, that's fair.
Instead, he's going to take this turn. He's still going to use Radiant Soul. He flies away from you. He skirts around the edge of the storm sphere, and he's going to get over to Vogan. And as he stops, he just kind of swings around you. His scythe catches up with him briefly afterwards. He puts his hand down. He touches your hand that's holding your sword. I got faith in you. Have faith in me too, okay? And he's gonna cast Holy Weapon on your weapon.
Oh fuck.
Ooh.
That does just my damage, right?
That is Holy Weapon. You imbue a weapon with you touch with holy power. Until the spell ends, the weapon emits bright light in a 30-foot radius. In addition, weapon attacks made with it deal an extra 2d8 radiant damage on a hit.
Gotcha. Cool.
On a bonus, as a bonus
I just got a
action,
hitter.
You can also burst it.
he can also choose to burst it if he wishes, noting that it's Argo that can choose to, not the person
Yes, the
holding it.
caster.
And you will be caught in it if he chooses to do that. But he doesn't have to. But he is going to give you that benefit. So as you do that, the light from your weapon takes on like an almost more lightsaber-esque burning sound as the light from it becomes a little bit brighter. And where are you on the combat tracker? Gonna throw that on.
With the burst, he can choose to exclude people.
Oh, you can? Heck, yeah, each creature your choice. You're right.
Yeah, no, I had that as a Valius as like a backup, but it never really came up.
So you now have that. He's now concentrating on it. If you do decide you want him to use that, then please say so. The burst is a con save versus 48 radiant damage and being blinded. On a successful one, it's half damage and not blinded. But you now have that. And that's going to be his turn. That's his bonus action. That's his action to cast Radiant Soul. He can attack with his scythe. Miriam, you're up.
I cast Hold Person on the lady.
All right. Heckin'.
Where's my save?
She succeeds it, I'm afraid.
Oh, you can't blame a tiefling for trying. I'm going to pull myself down the stairs slightly. I'm going to go right about... Go about here. So I can get at least a partial view of Vogue.
We're going to consider level ground to be the top of the stage, so for the purposes of this, I'm going to put you down 20 feet.
Oh, yeah. And bonus action, I'll give Vogan Bardic Inspiration. Hey, Vogan! Fuck her up!
As you're running down, you can do it, buddy!
I believe you!
I believe you! Then where are you going?
Good one!
Oh, goodness. Is that's Miriam?
What a good job.
Action, bonus action movement, yep.
As that happens, you see, as you go down, Vogan and Argo, you would both see Scarlet looking over to Miriam leaving and seems to have a direct interest in Miriam. We're going to the top of the round, which means we're going to re-roll those initiatives, boys.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
Here we go. It's gonna be gosh darn. Scarlet is gonna go first. As, heckin', did that re-roll everybody? I think it did. I believe.
I see Aviana
Yeah, we can
roll
see
hers.
Aviana and Scarlet. No, it's Scarlet's turn. Never mind. Yes, it's Avi's. Shit.
Boobadoo, turn. I think it's because they have an effect on theirs. Do you remember what you rolled for initiative the first time around? Let's just cross.
Mine was a
reference.
15.
I
Mine
was
was
a 20
a-
total.
10, I believe.
Yes, then they
Yeah,
definitely
yours
all
was 10.
changed.
Cool.
Okay.
It's similar order, I guess. It sounds like.
Somewhat.
I mean,
it did change, but it is somewhat similar. As this happens, they are going to... Oh, I'm going to roll D100 to see if I can... Miriam, as you are fleeing, you guys see Scarlet put up one of her hands, be like, "That's no good. I thought that the other spellcaster around would have posed more of a challenge." And she clenches a fist and opens it in your direction. Lightning is going to arc again from the storm sphere towards you. Heckin', as it blasts your way. And crits.
Dude!
What?
Deus Yankovic. I'm gonna redirect it.
Okay. Okay.
Avi is me.
You're gonna choose Avi?
Yeah.
Oh! I shouldn't have told you.
Her.
To be fair, I shouldn't have told you it was a crit. So we need to roll against Scarlet, I believe. Romak, just gonna quickly check again how Deus Yankovic works. So go ahead and roll that against Scarlet. They failed.
Oh, poor Burb.
And this, you go invisible and it redirects it. It technically uses the same roll because nothing would have changed it advantage-wise. So Avi, lightning begins to build up. You see this particularly massive burst of lightning charging in the center. And for a second, Scandal winces as if her perception was changed. And though she doesn't consciously make the decision to redirect the spell, the target is changed to Avi. It nat-20s, which automatically hits. So here comes.
Bring it on.
Here comes
Let's
this.
do it.
Where are
Do I
you?
smell chicken?
You're a bitch. I love
It's because you requested that I stop, so now I have to.
You had uncanny dodge on still.
Oh, weird.
Shit.
I didn't click it again. Oh, it was it because Argo. That's weird that it was still on.
And just now it didn't go off either.
That's weird.
Yep. To
hurt
be
me
fair,
real good, boy.
would you have used it just now?
Yes.
Then, cool.
Did she have a turn to use it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
would
she-
I have been able to though?
Yeah, you had your turn since the last time you used it.
Okay, cool.
I believe.
Because she used it in his opportunity attack, I think.
Yeah.
No, because you get your reaction back at the start of
She
your turn.
hasn't had a turn yet.
Yeah, she started her turn, attacked, got reaction attacked on her turn. You don't get it at the end, you get it at the start. So yeah, unfortunately we're going to have to deal another 12 damage to you. It only did 24.
Oh, no, that's okay. Hurt me.
It only did 24. It was a very small crit.
Hurt me, daddy.
Kinda weird.
So,
Stop that.
Just Avi across the fucking
Oops.
arena. Get out of here.
Go fuck yourself, Miriam.
I just tried to drag the effect on you. It added the entire effect as a part of an effect line.
Oh my god.
Invisibly.
Are you invisible right now,
Yeah.
Yes.
bro? Oh yeah. So you put fucking...
You are down to... Man, you take the full 24 points of damage as it strikes you. After that happens, Scarlet's just like, I don't know how that could have happened. Maybe you shouldn't be flying during a lightning storm.
Very funny.
My sword sparks with electricity.
Yeah.
Might not be the wisest decision.
So that was her action to do that. Heckin'. Oh no, that was her bonus action. She still has her action, and
She
that
still has an action.
and that also wasn't technically her spell. That was a effect from a spell.
Yeah.
So she
Hate that.
is going. It's pretty terrible. She is going.
Wow, I hate it.
Boop, boop, boop. Give me a second. We're dealing with a spellcaster. I have a lot that I gotta heckin' pay attention to. And she's going to also. She's going to also go invisible. Oh no, she can't. She's concentrating on that spell. She's gonna cast Mirror Image. You guys see as multiple images of Scandal appear around her in various positions. One of them just seems to walk out from her as if a second Scandal's departing from her, looks out towards you as another one steps to the side. The various ones of them all take various positions around her, all of them looking as genuine as the real one. The lady's going to go.
I don't like that.
The lady is going to get out of the storm sphere, which there's no reason to stay within, is going to get over to you guys and is going to rotate attacking the two of you. The first attack is going to be towards Argo.
No. No, I want to keep this holy weapon, please.
Divine magic. Let's see what we can do about that. And she's going to rush forward and hit.
No, I disagree.
Strikes Argo, dealing... It's gone.
That's fair. Yeah.
It happens, as he's putting his hand out to give you that energy, she seems to emerge from the storm and strikes him as he's establishing the spell. He's like, oh, that is a massive waste! Okay. That wasn't very fair. And she's going to then go for an attack on Vogan. And Nat 1. As she goes to attack you, Argo's scythe cleaves in and catches her Elspeth before it strikes. You're just like, at least I can do that much. And she's then going to go for another attack on Argo, which is also going to hit.
Oh no!
It strikes, dealing enough damage that he
enough damage to get him. Well, GG boys.
No.
I told you. I fucking told y'all.
Shut up! Come on, bring it back, boy.
Yeah, sure, man. Yeah.
Oh, you
Let's
didn't
do
leave the
that.
Argo for me.
While
No.
Miriam and I are both at half our hit points.
Nat 20s
While
happen.
Yeah.
You never know. I'm just saying.
What was dealing damage to Argo before? Argo got fucking beaten by Aviana. That's what happened.
Yep. Kicked his ass, as I said I would.
So here's the funny thing about this. It is now Argo's turn. Argo's going to do a death save. He's going to succeed.
All right.
Good for him.
Good boy.
Avi's turn.
All right. So, I have an idea that I'd like to do. I'm just gonna double check something real quick.
This is upsetting. This is just upsetting.
This is quite the upset.
This match is just upsetting.
All right.
There's a lot of luck on one particular side in this.
Would I have an
Yeah,
idea
luck.
of where Miriam is?
The Mat 20s are luck, dude. So you would have any idea where Miriam is? You would have seen where he disappeared, but you cannot see him. Logically, you
Cool.
could probably attack where he was. You would have disadvantage no matter what.
Cool. I'm gonna fly on over to him. And
You have 30 feet of movement, correct?
I do.
So you could only get as far as 10 feet down, which puts you
Yes.
5 feet outside attacking range of where he was.
Okay. I can still throw things at him though.
He's invisible, right?
He is invisible.
I will
She can
take
throw
my
things at the space he was in, if she
Yeah.
wants to.
Like, and if I'm like, that'll be with disadvantage, yeah?
Yep, click disadvantage and roll your
Yeah.
attack if you want to throw it.
And
That's a hit.
hi, Miriam.
Roll your damage against him. It hits him. You would still be invisible, though, I believe.
Yeah, I don't believe I.
It doesn't come out.
concentrated
This
with
one's not a
invisibility.
concentration thing. So that hits
I
you.
should've done
You
the
you
prone
feel
one.
it. You feel it connect with him. It's definitely there. But
It's a floating knife.
It would vanish as soon as it becomes a part of my inventory, quote unquote.
So when I throw the
Stop
blade
in
at him,
air,
I
and then it would
summon
disappear.
back to me.
what do you?
There you go.
What are you saying?
Cool. So when I throw the weapon, I can just automatically summon it back to me, or is that a bonus
As a bonus
action?
action, you can return it to
Okay.
yourself.
Cool. I'm gonna just throw a regular old dagger at him.
Okay.
And aiming for where he got stabbed while we're at the cathedral.
Okay. Since you've only used thrown attacks, you can use your class features to do so if you want to. So throw one more
Yep.
dagger. This is
What I
just
would like
part
to
of your
do.
attack action, effectively. That is a hit. What a pain it is to be a bard. Okay. You take 7 points of damage.
And I'm just gonna stay flying there, just grinning.
Noting
very
that Vox
dumbly.
Victoria is not like stuck in him, it would have hit
Yeah.
him and then clattered to the ground behind him. You still haven't used your bonus action if that's
Still have my
relevant.
bonus action. Yeah, I'm gonna summon it back to me, just so then I do have both.
All right, you put your hand out, the weapon disappears in a flash of green light, which streaks towards you and hits your palm. As it does, you recoil your hand back and the blade appears in it. Again, when it reappears, there's the sound of like a harp being strung across.
All right, that's me.
Okay. Vogan.
Alrighty then. I'll get on the other side of her real quick.
Okay.
And then I'm a heckin' lightning rose her and myself.
Gotcha. Go ahead and target her and then roll it, or roll the save.
Gotcha. She's probably gonna save because she's a
I
fucking
assume
maniac.
you're not hitting Argo with it.
No, I'm not hitting Argo with it.
Die, Argo.
Die, Argo.
She failed
Oh my god, how did
Get
she
her.
fail that?
by rolling a 3.
Ah, that's fair.
And also, her dex is good. It's not her best thing.
All right. Bam.
All right, she
Why did
takes
I have a extra D8?
Hunter's Mark.
Oh, Scorpion Mark, right?
Yeah, Scorpion Mark. Would that apply on any? Does that?
I don't think so.
Did the text state that it was only for damage rolls?
Give me a sec.
Or weapons?
Sure... With a melee weapon attack, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to give her back
minus
7
the
hit points.
Yeah.
Damn.
3, 4.
Yeah.
Now,
And
when this
then,
hits her, you notice she becomes fatigued from the attack. She actually seems to have taken more than you may have given yourself credit for as you hit her. In fact, you may even, as you're about to absorb that 30 points of damage as temporary hit points, Vogan would go as far as to say that you feel like you're more healthy than she is at the moment.
I don't believe you.
Oh, well.
But,
you don't have to believe
I'll
me.
take
if you
it.
don't wanna.
Fucking what ability is that again? That's
Central Aura.
Is that Central Aura? Okay, that's 2 points. I spend 2 points for that.
As the lightning strikes down, it hits her, almost striking the end of her weapon and using it to ground her as the shape of a rose plumes out from you guys at the point of impact, made of electricity. As it happens and it hits her, she slides back slightly and scoffs and winces as the electricity courses through her body. As it does, a faint blue glow outlines you as this small little crackles of lightning seem to just dance along your skin.
All right, here's the goal. I'm gonna take down the lady. That's my goal for this fucking for this game.
We can
I'm a
consider that
dragon
win.
surge.
Like, I don't
Remember, Central Aura also
also.
does it have any other effects that we should be noting? Because I'm pretty sure there's more to it than just the hit points, if I recall. You gain the
What?
temporary. You also gain resistance to lightning.
Oh, again, resistance to lightning. As long as I have the hit points.
So let's
Or
throw
the
that.
temporary hit
Let's
points.
throw that on you as well. And then
Okay.
also Central Aura Heckin' Imbue. Is that something that you've already got going on as well?
I don't think so.
No, that would be another 2 points as an
Yeah, it's an
action to give you.
action.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So no.
Okay, you actions. You Heckin' Surge. You have 1 more point after these.
Yeah.
Cool. After you
I'm
attack, by the
gonna-
way, I will give you a second to tell me if you do things like saving face.
Yeah. Thanks. I know our armor class now. Although
Can't
it
disappoint
wouldn't.
Miriam. I know he's close.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is he within 30 feet of me?
Right now? No, I don't think so.
You would be.
Then I wouldn't gain any benefit from saving face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm just a little too far away.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, you're
Close?
36 feet away.
Yep.
according to
Damn.
Because
Google.
I'm down.
The 20-foot
Guess it's
dip
down.
is what's
It's
causing it.
fine. Avi's right there.
Yeah.
She's 27 feet away from me. I can't lose face in front of Aviana.
I mean,
Okay. I'm gonna Bastille stand as well.
Gotcha.
Don't do it.
Burn it all, baby.
So all my points right there. I don't have an effect for Bastille stand.
Do you
on my
not?
thing.
I will, let's see, just going to quickly go into it. But every time you attack,
It's like a D4 to my attack rolls.
Yep, I will
and
program it
ability
now
checks.
so that we have it in the future.
Yeah.
Bastille stand, ATK 1d4, and then
And checks.
and
skill
checks. Check 1d4, and you lose it if need be. If you make a weapon attack or ability check that benefits from the d4, the move 10 more. Okay, and it lasts for 1 minute. On self, and boom, there you go. Threw it on you.
All right. Fucking, I'm coming at you.
You use Dragon Surge. As you do, you plant your feet in the ground to the point where small bits of stone crack around your feet. They're almost dug in. You bring it up. Your body ripples and becomes slightly more muscular as you focus everything in on them. You hear a cough from Argo.
All right. Fucking roll a 1. Yep.
The lightning of the storm flashes and startles you enough that... There you go!
There we go. All right. That'll do. Fucking hell. Take that, nerd. Take almost 30 damage, bitch.
nerd.
Let me only take that, whatever.
Terrifying.
That's...
Please never hit me.
Take that, nerd.
You
You're just a big old.
Well, you're like, oh, whatever, wasted turn. Who cares?
Jesus.
I just hit with the strength of a lightning bolt.
I only hit her for 60 damage this turn, guys. Why are you all
like despondent, nihilistic?
Guys,
Vogue,
I
like,
have no
what's
chance.
Yeah. Lightning strikes Lady from behind. He turns around. Life is meaningless.
Life is meaningless. Win, Scar. There's no point. Gets a Gaten show. Why do I even bother?
Why do I even bother?
All right, that's you.
Now I hope I can live through a turn.
Miriam!
Let's do this, boy.
Where are you going?
I'm back.
You are back up to
I
about...
cast Healing Word on.
You are 5 feet down, we'll say. Casting Healing Word on Argo.
Hey, we really need you.
Vogan just goes, ah! Not expecting him.
It's fucking. Ah! The fuck?
Oh yeah, we're here.
Give him a little spoke.
Well.
You use it. Argo is back up, baby.
Oh yeah,
how
Vogan never
is
used
the lady
his,
looking, by the way?
Vogan never used his.
How's the lady
Howard
looking?
expression.
She looks, the lady looks like hurt. Physically, she seems fine, but she seems to be panting quite a bit, despite the fact that her injuries don't seem to be slowing her down. Again, you see this faint red flicker, this almost like flame-like flicker in her eyes, as after you did the damage that you just did, she has a moment where she, like, steels herself, keeps her eyes locked on you, but there is a faint smile on her face that sends a shiver down your spine.
Oh, super haste coming at me.
Ridiculous.
But yeah, Miriam, we're still on you, so you bonus action heal Argo.
I turn around and cast Vicious Mockery on Aviana. Like, come now, darling, your tea last night hurt more than those throws.
Oh, fuck!
Ouch!
You fail!
Ouch! Yep, that tracks.
Yeah, but
Makes
Just-
sense.
Offended.
You take
that nerd.
10 damage!
Say about my team.
Oh!
That is a nasty Vicious Mockery.
Ooh,
And you
that's a big boy.
And you have disadvantage on your next attack.
That tracks.
And now, Miriam, you are no
Where I
longer
am.
invisible, so let's get rid of
So
that.
I'm there, and then I take another 5-foot step back down.
Okay, you are now down 10 feet.
Yeah.
All right. Is that you?
That is Miriam.
All right. The order is going to be randomized. The lady's going to be first.
Yes.
All right. The lady's going to have to take stock of what's going on here. Heckin'.
Either the lady rolled
No,
better
just
than
waste your
before,
turn.
Just waste your turn.
Just waste it.
As you see her, this reddish aura that looks like flames but made of a dark crimson and not thick enough to obscure your vision of her, seems to appear and coat her weapon, then runs up her arm, flashes, and then almost disappears. There is a faint reddish outline to her for a second as she's going to go ahead and cast a spell.
Counter spell!
I was waiting for that. Go ahead.
Hey.
You're going to have to roll against it. It is not 3rd level.
Uh-oh.
I'm guessing like at least.
Use in
fifth.
favor.
Good idea.
hell yeah.
Smart.
No one else am I gonna use it for.
Yeah, fair.
Be
I'm
ashamed
plus
to waste
23.
it. Damn.
If I could only be so grossly incandescent.
If
Counter spell.
only I could be so grossly. 15. You succeed.
Yes, I was right.
As you use it, it's 4th level, just on the record. As you use it, as this happens, you put your hand out towards her. How do you want to dispel the effect of getting Turning Surge off of her?
As the red effect starts rippling around her, I reach out, and with my general ability to mess with lightning, I say I'd like steal a bit from Scandal's spell. As it wraps around her, it slices through the magic and it shatters off her.
All right.
Ooh, that's dope.
That prevents her from using it. As you
Very
use that on
cute.
her, Turning Surge is, at least for this attempt, is dispelled. She is going to... As she sees that, she looks towards the two of you, and again this not even a smile, just the held back feeling of her being more fierce. Just looking at her, you get the vibe from her slight changes in body language that she's excited by the prospect of continuing to fight, not as reserved as before. As she does, she flicks her weapon, and it ignites. Fire coats it.
Oh, she's got a flame tongue fucking whatever sword.
No,
Oh.
but if that's how you want to imagine it. As this happened, as her weapon ignites, you see that not only this happens, but the bone-like blade, it's because the end of her weapon looks like polished bone. It ignites and begins glowing as if it were red hot, as if it had just come out of a forge. And the glow in her eyes is now making them totally red. You can no longer see the pupils. She's... Oh! She's going to make 3 attacks against... she's going to move. Get away from you, Argo. Who is... I guess he's going to attack. He's going to reaction attack, sure.
Does she still
Just
have an
lying
action?
on the ground. He's like,
She does still have an action.
Oh.
Turning Surge was her bonus action. What she just did, she can do whenever she wants to.
Oh, God.
Argo is going to have her weapon come in and strike, and oh my goodness, Argo!
Hey!
Yay!
I'm on fire today!
Upsetting.
Literally.
That's gonna come in, strike her. She takes 21 damage, resisted down. Part of it was resisted. She takes 11 as it hits her. Let's see. As this happens, you notice that some of the fatigue that she seemed to have a second ago appears to have peeled away. She does not seem as tired as she did. Almost as if she's... Not like she's like healing from the wounds, but more like just her capacity to take damage appears to have changed. That is only going to go up as far as that. Once she gets there, she's going to get between the two of you. She's going to make 3 attacks. One of them is going to be she brings up her hand, the one that is not currently... the one that is not currently holding the Alsphys, and fire coats it. The fire takes the solid shape of like these claw-like extensions on her fingers, and she's going to strike towards you, Miriam, with that. That's a hit.
she can hit me on a 3.
This one's not as high. Her Alsphys has a bonus to it. She hits you though. She deals 2d6 fire damage. You get hit. You take 10 damage from that.
Ow.
As she uses the other weapon to attack Vogan again.
Here we go.
She strikes. She Nat19. Bow, 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 bow.
Oh, good for her.
As she brings it down on you. Ugh.
Eh.
Scorpion mark has expired.
Should I have made it? Because I didn't take any damage, per se.
For the purposes of temporary hit points, that's always such a... That's always such a
such
thing,
a
isn't
weird
it?
question,
We're gonna
yeah.
say for now that it's counted.
Okay.
Heckin'. And as that hits you, she is going to go for one more attack on you. So is that... So that did not break through, though. You're still in temporary hit points, right?
Yeah, I'm still in temporary.
Okay. She's going to go for another attack. That one misses.
That's good.
She rolled a 5. Goes for the next one. You bring up your hand. The energy coating your body concentrates on your hand as you grab the Alsphys, not by the blade, but just under it, and manage to resist the fire and push it back quick enough that it doesn't manage to hit you. The lightning then redistributes across your body. That is the lady's turn. Heckin'. And we are going to go with Scarlet next.
Scarlet.
Let's go.
She's just back there like, man,
You know.
they're gonna be sad whenever they realize they have to take me down too.
Yeah.
Dude,
man.
dude, I'm resigned to losing. The goal is to get lady. That's it.
I thought you were gonna leave it the
One,
goals
two,
to get
three,
It's a personal
married, and I
win.
was like, yeah.
She is going to step
It's a
far
personal
enough
win.
over to have a basically decent
one,
view of
believe
all
you.
of you except Miriam,
Shut
who
up.
she cannot see due to the
Never.
way that things are oriented. And she's going to... I actually need to check. Does she need to be able to see you, or does she just need to know you are there?
She is-
One creature
shows
you
visible
choose.
sadness
If she
if
knows you're
can
there,
find
then she can do it. So Miriam, lightning's coming at you. There's an attack roll coming at you. I want to know in advance.
I cannot do anything about it. I've used my reaction to counterspell the lady.
All right. That hits. As lightning surges out towards you, Miriam, you're going to take 46 lightning damage. And you are down as it hits you. You are blasted to the ground by it. She is then going to use her actual action. She can't do anything that is heckin' concentration, otherwise she loses her big old thing. She is then going to use Eldritch Blast.
Very nice.
And she's going to fire all 3 of them towards Vogan.
Oh my god, we're so... Oh my god.
That one misses. It fires at you, you bring your blade up, it catches the Eldritch Blast. The lightning of your sword actually disperses for a second as it gets hit by it, and then recollects back into a blade. She's going to fire the other 2. That one hits. Strikes you, dealing only 3 damage. And finally, that one also hits, striking you, dealing 3 damage. You do notice she does not seem incredibly invested. She seems to be doing only what she finds fun in this fight.
Now that Kitty's down, she's like,
fun.
Alright, that's you. Or that's Scarlet, rather. Vogan.
Fucking die, lady! That's all. That's the goal! Getting attention!
That hits!
Hell
Damage.
You strike them, they take 17 damage. Ooh, real quick.
Getting attention again.
That hits.
I said damage.
Real quick. Oh my goodness. As you hit them and you strike them, they almost look like they're about to pass out. You hit them, you well crested over 100 damage to the lady by this point, and they seem like they are falling back slowly. And suddenly you hear the sound of the thunderous sound of their foot slamming into the stairs as they seem to lurch their body forward. And once again, they seem to not recover from damage, but they seem to increase their capacity to endure the damage they've taken.
Can I roll like insight or something to get an idea of what's happening?
Go ahead, roll insight.
Okay.
12? The only thing that would make sense about what you're seeing in front of you right now is if the lady had been doing something to purposefully limit her capacity for damage, and if that restraint was ending. I.e., in mechanical terms, she had been doing something to hold back her own maximum hit point amount, and her maximum hit points are rising as you're damaging her. Not by an equivalent amount. She does seem more damaged than she was, but it is very much the weighted armor coming off moment of,
Kenpachi lady.
she's,
Yep.
it's
Yeah,
very
it's
similar to that.
happening. Fuck.
And
Well,
you're doing really good, though, I gotta say, just as a side thing, because you were within 2 points.
God damn it! All right, I turn to Argo. You got him? I look at Miriam.
Yeah, I guess. He's laying on the ground, standing up. Is that you?
Okay. No, I'm gonna pop a healing potion.
Okay.
Oh, you still have those?
Yeah.
Oh!
Take that back! No!
Oh no!
Sensu bean!
Sweet!
The lady's like, oh, thanks,
Oh,
man.
thanks!
Oh, thanks, bud.
Alright, so let's again.
There we go.
There you go.
Platted myself at least.
Vogan, heal the lady.
Oh man, you healed yourself a bunch. You're basically fine. That was a good heal.
That was a very good heal. That was. I'm only.
Was that your registered potion?
Yeah.
Okay, just making
That's
sure.
also my last potion.
Yeah.
Hey.
And is that you?
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, Argo. Let's see. I need to check.
Time to 1v3 these bitches.
He still has his Radiant Soul out, so he's still fine as far as that goes. He's going to get up, and he is going to use his movement to get 10 feet in the air. As he does, he is going to, let's see, which would be the better way to go about this? Not 10 feet in the air. He's going to sidestep and fly over to where Miriam is. He's going to get down to you, and he is going to pump the highest level Cure Wounds he can manage into you, which is going to be a 4th level, as things currently are.
Hell yeah.
And that's a good one as a grave boy.
So real
Yeah.
quick, I'm gonna go 1, 2. Yes, because you're unconscious, you will receive the maximum. So you in fact receive, you receive 32, 33, 34. You receive 36 points. You are back at 36 points of health.
Wow.
So give that to yourself. You might as well. Actually, hold on. I want to test something. One sec. Did you do it already?
I have not.
Okay, I'm gonna see if a thing I want to do works. I've always wanted to try this with a damage roll. 1, 2, 3. And then I hit max. Okay, so that should be 36. It didn't. The max thing didn't do what I wanted
Max
it to.
doesn't work with healing.
Yeah, unfortunately. What I was trying was you can grab dice, like damage and whatnot, and if you right-click while holding the dice, it gives another one, which is a quick way to do level ups. I was just seeing if that was gonna fly. Anyways, put yourself to 36 hit points.
All right.
And he'll just deal with his fort. It's fine. I will also note, he can't. He only had the 1 5th level spell slot. That bites, he can't do his thing to you.
He can't do Holy Weapon?
No.
That's fine.
And he already, to be fair, he also would not have been able to do the
He already
spell.
cast your wounds anyway,
Yeah.
so.
Whew.
Fucking, that would have been nice to have Holy Weapon.
Yeah.
No. Lady's gross.
Lady.
Stupid
Let's
sexy
see.
lady.
Stupid sexy lady.
Stupid sexy lady.
And real quick,
Honestly, the biggest problem so far from what I've seen is still Scandal.
Yeah.
God damn it.
he is going to allow himself to fall all the way down there. Like, he will effectively fly down there and do it from here. He is going to have broken Scandal's line of sight with him, and also be crouching in to get partial cover from Avi.
Smart. Yeah.
Whose turn it now is.
Aw, cute, Argo. Coming for you, buddy.
Oh, hold on! He did have one thing he could do that I will be doing retroactively. He can make a bonus action attack with his scythe. On Avi.
Cool.
He missed. Go ahead.
That's fine.
Damn it, Argo!
Had to be fair.
Quick question about this tempestuous spell casting, just because it's been a minute since I've looked at the details.
Yeah.
Is that just, I can just do that as part of, like, as my action, yeah?
Yes, you can cast those spells as your action.
Cool.
Using the charges that come from the, from...
Uh-oh.
So, I'm gonna get...
Oh, that's gonna suck!
Oh, yeah!
Oh, I just realized what you're doing!
Oh, yeah, dude! You know! So...
Oh no.
Get on over here. Does that get me within the range of Vogan as well?
Let's target the 3 of them and see what the game says.
Oh, God.
Oh my.
Should I just...
You are 22 feet away from Vogan right now, being generous from rounding down. So yeah, 22.
Cool. So, for targeting them, should I just roll it into the chat and it'll...
They are all
automatically-
targeted. If you just roll the attack part of it. So you're committing to using that then?
Yep.
What are you doing?
Avi flies down to beside Argo. Oh, hold on, I didn't have it at the right elevation. Yep, you're still within range. It flies down, looks to the 3 of you. As she hits the ground, you see the 2 blades of Vox Victoria begin to glow briefly, and they let out this faint, at first, and then building, sharp humming sound. As the humming becomes almost to the point that it is this sharp, deafening sound, Avi's form just disappears. Very servant-like, a gust of wind left in her place as she, you can like see the after image of her as it concludes. Where do you want to end? Just before we roll it, where do you want to end the movement?
Oh, I accidentally rolled it. My bad. I accidentally clicked the thing. But heckin', I'm gonna end over...
It's within 5 feet of one of them.
I'm gonna end right beside Argo.
She appears roughly in the middle of all of you. As she does, an after image of her appears. A couple of them appear on either side of you as she is using Steel Wind Strike, using her Vox Victoria, using 2 of its things. Go ahead and you only hit. You hit Vogan and you hit Marion. Or you didn't hit Marion. You hit Vogan and Argo.
That's fine.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Roll it right in the chat. Goodbye, boys.
Ugh.
I gotta
I'm
roll
alive.
on them.
As it hits you,
Did it do it? Cool.
You guys are struck by various attacks as different strikes from Vox Victoria. These after him just strike along you at like 5 or 6 different points on your body. Vogan, you withstand it. Argo gets hit by it and he just crumples down to like one knee, falling unconscious on the spot. Miriam, you see this and you see the disturbance of it. And you manage to duck down and roll out of the way of the attacks. Steel Wind Strike is a mean spell. Oh my goodness.
As Argo's falling, I'm just gonna like look at him. It's like, oh, I thought you were gonna make this fun for me. And bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, you
I'm just gonna
bitch.
I'm having fun.
You're everything I
gonna-
aspire to be.
I'm gonna toss my extra Vox Victoria at Miriam.
You can't, so unfortunately,
can't.
you can only use a
First
bonus
roll.
action attack with a offhand weapon if you attacked with your first action.
Cool. That's fine.
I am safe for now.
You'll live another round.
That's me then. Just gonna stay where I is.
Brutal.
Heckin'.
Y'all will
I
turn
know
around
it's
and
an
just
odd
start
reference
kicking
and
her.
spoilers for Turtles here, but just the moment of like Miriam seeing it, I imagine it being the start of the fight with the Shredder, end of Rise of TMNT.
yeah.
Just his eyes following them as they're moving before he dodges, because that's the speed you just moved at. Cool.
Hell yeah.
Miriam.
Aggressive or non-aggressive?
These fights, by the way, in this
I've
tournament
heard
have been
them
so,
mention.
like, seemingly one-sided at the beginning and then just turn around. Like, it's just, all of them have been like, but you see!
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make a gamble here. I am casting at 3rd level, hold person on Avi and the lady.
Oh no.
I'd also like to point out,
Alright.
just real quick, just because it was worth noting how cool it was, Miriam really fucked her up on that. Vicious Mockery had screwed up
Yeah,
the attack for
dude.
that so bad.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just
But
wanted
I
to point that
still
out because I
hit
thought
you
it was interesting.
assholes.
Sorry, go ahead. So you're doing what?
I am hold personing both Avi and the lady.
Oh, dude!
Please work on the lady. Please.
You
I know
can-
you won't.
You
but
can do that by
please.
upcasting, right?
Yeah, I'm casting at level 3.
Alright, roll it against them.
I believe.
Oh!
Neither.
That tickles.
GG, boys. We're done.
I disagree.
Gonna,
Disagree as much as you want. Don't change
you
the
try to
facts.
use it as you do. Avi manages to shake her way out of it, and the lady, this faint, again, the energy that's like building up on her weapon and the faint aura around her seems to push away the magical effect. Doesn't negate it outright, but seems to be
You still have your bardic inspiration.
reinforcing her enough that she
I do.
doesn't get affected.
I can't bardic inspiration Argo because he's unconscious. So that will be me.
Top of the turn order, let's see who goes after the lady, because we know what this is. Oh my god! Miriam!
Hey!
Get it, boy!
I'm going to
Do it again! No.
I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Argo, and I'm gonna Vicious Mockery Avi again.
Hell yeah.
Go for it. Are you casting at a first level or higher?
I'll give him, first level. Anything they hit him with is gonna take him down again anyways.
That's fair. The two Constellaquarians. Struggling against one another in the wild. See how they repeatedly make Argo the center of their feud.
Tickles you, son. I can think of a few other things we can do that could tickle.
Is it vicious mockery if he's flirting?
The mating call of the Constellaquarian.
Vicious
They super succeeded.
Oh, you mean my stabbing you? Is that what you mean?
after a fashion. And that'll be me. Yep, I'm not moving. Fuck that.
The lady.
I saved that.
Oh, weird.
Wow.
You know, everyone did pretty bad in initiative, because Miriam had a 16 just now.
Damn.
Wow.
Everyone went
Yeah.
heckin'. Actually, lady, what is your initiative's not even that high, lady. Cool. She is going to. She's going to use her action on this particular turn. She takes a deep breath in, and the fire that is coating her body seems to dissipate for a second. And then there is this upheaval of almost force that causes, like, all of your a force of wind to escape from her, as if the air is being pushed back from her. As she is, for the sake of being anime about this, deciding to take this seriously. She is returning herself back to her maximum hit point value. That is her action to undo that all at once, however. There's a calmness to her as this happens. She didn't heal. She returned her maximum hit points to their original value.
Okay.
As this happens, there is a calmness that comes over her as she takes a deep breath out. The fire's still on her weapon, but it seems to have coalesced and almost just fused with her weapon to make it into this searing hot glow on it, as opposed to actually being in flames. While she takes this breath out, she opens her eyes with a very almost familial smile that again sends a shiver down your spine, Vogan. As she stands almost without defending herself, ready for whatever you're going to do. She's also going to try to cast Turning Surge again. Miriam, how do you feel? Go ahead and roll it.
Oh. Miriam says no.
Do you have another favor?
I do not.
Heck.
Well.
Alright.
GG, boys.
She is going to give herself the benefits of that. There is another upheaval of energy, as a lot like with Action Search, how everything is always very with us. There's just a calmness as she looks towards you, Vogan, and then just seems to be on the other side of you. Weapon swung out to the side. You couldn't follow her with your eyes for a moment. Technically, Miriam, you used your reaction, actually. You can't do anything about it.
I could not.
As 2 attacks will have simultaneously happened that strike you. I'm just going to quickly reference my notes to make sure I'm not forgetting anything here. She has neither advantage nor disadvantage. You had discovered before that part of the effect of this is she never has either on her attacks well into this effect. Mm-hmm. She hits with the first one, dealing that and the extra fire damage. Oh! Which was a chunky hit!
Sure was.
That was a big hit. The other one misses. And she strikes towards you. 1 second, she's behind you with the Alcivus just out to the side. The cape on her left arm billowing as if she'd swung it and attacked towards you. You then feel one attack strike part of your armor suddenly as if it gets deflected without you realizing. And then the other one, a searing hot line of pain rips up your body. And that is heckin' that. And Aviana, you're up.
Cool.
Good thing
All
you
right.
can't do Steel Wind Strike again, because that would fuck them
I
up.
know. Oh, yeah, boy. Okay. Alright, what am I feeling here? I'm a hurt boy. A little bit of a hurt boy. I'm just reading some real quick.
This is
I'm
just
gonna-
the picture we saw earlier of me standing there smug at you while you're pointing in there.
Yeah, basically. Okay. I'm going to stab the Argo boy.
Stay down! He is prone right now. I'm going to throw that on him so that you can
Cool.
get your effects. It's on him.
Okay, cool. So I'm just going to pull out Vox Victoria and just fucking... I mean, I'm already holding on. I gotta pull out shit. I'm just going to stab Argo.
That's a hit.
Cool.
Go ahead. Add sneak attack.
He's down.
You're so boring, Argo. And... bonus action, throw a dagger at Miriam. Because that's what I do here.
Yep, and you're technically more...
Aviana.
What'd you say?
Foolishness.
Foolishness, Aviana.
Ow.
If you want this blood, you're going to have to take it. That's a hit.
I'm gonna take ignore short range.
Uh-huh.
Also, you're 10 feet elevated.
Ah, that's fair.
Yeah. What are friends for, Miriam?
You take 7 damage.
Pain. Apparently.
And yeah, I'm just gonna stay flying where I is.
You are on the ground, to note.
I'm on the ground.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna use my movement since Argo Boy is down. I'm gonna fly up 20 feet.
You will pass by Miriam and Vogan.
Let's not do that. Then
Well, sorry, no, you will get within range of Vogan, so you won't actually leave his attack range.
That's by me, but you can get within range of Logan.
I'm gonna stay where I is then. Let's play this game.
All right. Vogan, you're up.
Just confirm here. So you didn't fly up?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you are down.
I don't know if I can run away or not.
That is a hit.
My God, I hope so.
The lady rolls a concentration save and Nat 20's it.
All right, good game. Good game. That's me.
Alrighty. Back in Scarlet's gonna go. They're going to get to there, still towing their mirror images behind them. They are going to bonus action try to hit Miriam with lightning.
Nice.
She is more concerned about the spellcaster than she is about anything, so she's going to roll that attack roll against you. Fires it.
Can't we just kiss?
Misses! Why can't we do both? She misses. The lightning strikes towards you. You duck to the side. It strikes where you were. She can't actually see you from where she is, so she's not going to Eldritch Blast you. She is, however, going to...
He goes, Scandal. She's like, Scarlet.
Yeah, man.
She's going to get out to there. You should not be that high up. And they are going to... Yeah, that seems about right. They are going to, instead of actually engaging with you guys in regards to heckin' what you're doing, they are going to cast Armor of Agathis on themselves.
Fair.
Heckin', and you should have an effect.
Somehow, if you two get through Avi and Lady...
This game's fucked.
like,
We're lost already.
You guys get through them.
We
She's
can't
gonna be
win.
so hard.
Argo. Heckin'.
Come on, baby. I believe
I
in you.
almost don't want to roll it.
I'll slip in some tongue next time.
Get him.
We need to bully Avi.
That didn't, goddamn, heckin', he failed one.
Oh, don't die.
No, the opposite of that, please.
But next up is going to be the lady. Alright. The lady's going to coast around you and get back in between the two of you, and they are going to rotate attacks on both of you. They're going to go for, heckin', 2 attacks on Miriam. Oh my God, that's a miss. Second attack on Miriam. That's a hit. Rush towards you, they bring your... What are you doing?
No, so one of them had to.
Yeah. Rushes up towards you, strikes, deals 17 damage, reduced down to 16. Again, because fire. Gonna take one more attack against you, swings at you again, and Nat 1's Miriam, you're a lucky boy. Vogan, she's turning to you. With the second attack action that she gets, she is going to take 3 attacks against you.
Yep.
Misses. Lady, come on. Hits. Strikes you. One last attack. That is a hit. So, heckin', you are... Vogan is down.
Okay, kitty. 1v3.
You got this. You and a bunch of ladies.
I can take 3 ladies at once, but maybe not like this.
Woo! All right.
Goodness.
Somewhere, just mildly conscious, and it's like, shut the fuck up.
So...
No.
A bit of popcorn flies in.
So, what will you do with this turn, Miriam?
I cast Polymorph on myself.
To become what?
A giant ape.
Oh, hell yeah!
All right. That's. Oh my God! I can see why. Remind me, what all comes with you? Is it just you are effectively them, or which of your stats come with you for Polymorph?
I am them. I cannot use class features, and I gain their intelligence and wisdom and everything. I am
You just
them.
are a giant ape.
Yeah.
Okay, my friend. I'm going to put it at your same initiative. As Miriam looks to the situation that is going on, do you also have to concentrate on Polymorph in your new form?
Yes.
Okay, make sure that you apply that then.
Where are you?
As they put their hand to their chest, make that comment, and then their form begins to twist. This flame-like little embers appear on Miriam's skin, as if his skin's peeling away. Then all at once, his infernal legacy is put on display as his body ignites, twists into this vortex of fire that reshapes itself into that of a giant ape. The form of a giant ape, that is. I'm going to put the sheet in the chat. There you go. You should be able to access that to make your rolls.
Thank you.
What a move. It's a pity there's no word for the giant ape.
Don't die.
Not
Show
that,
you my
please.
giant monkey.
Look at me. I'm already dead.
Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on. Hold on. It's not this. It is
I
not.
start eating Vogue.
Hold on. Hold on. It's a different creature technically, but there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just cradle him like a baby. Like,
As the giant ape, you have 2 fist attacks and a rock attack.
God.
The others step back. Scarlet lets just out a very like, ooh, whenever that happens, like puts one of her hands up to her mouth. The lady almost seems uninterested, doesn't even turn as you rise up as this colossal figure that you become. That's your action, right? So that wouldn't, your turn would be done.
Yep, I'm going to move a bit. Since I think I'm
Let's
still
throw
out of
Polymorph
Avi's
on the ape
range.
itself. Bam.
Oh yeah, that works.
Because that's what they're going to be hitting. Way to give yourself 156 extra hit points.
On the upside,
Nice, man.
I don't know if the giant ape would be programmed with Warcaster. That would still work.
I can just click heckin' ADV, SAV, heckin' concentration, and that'll do it.
Alright, so I was 10 feet up, so I think I'm outside of Avi's range, so I'm gonna run around Avi. What's his movement? I don't know how big these boys can go. 40
He
feet?
is, 40 feet, climb 40 feet.
I'm gonna go right there.
So that would actually be, because you occupy a 3x3
Yeah,
space.
I'm humongous.
So you'd be like there. Vogan, this is where you start appreciating that you brought along Miriam. Is that you?
That's me. I can't do anything else right now.
All right, Aviana.
Something really quick.
All right.
Ape.
Ape Miriam. Interesting. All right. I'm gonna do a big old fly up. Let's say 20 feet.
I'll throw the theme music in the call chat.
Okay, you are now at level there. You have 10 feet of movement left.
Okay, let's see. What would I like to do? Flap 20 feet. I am going to... I was very distracted by the fact that he just turned into a giant monkey and I got real excited. I'm going to flash Victorious over to him, actually.
So you'll have to make the initial throw.
Mm-hmm.
Are you throwing the
Got
first
that.
one as part of an attack? Okay, that one
Yes.
hits, roll its damage before we do anything else.
Absolutely.
Also, you have Lady within range to sneak attack should you so choose to on these attacks. That hits the giant ape. Yo, giant ape, you didn't actually, I don't think you rolled your concentration.
That's because the concentration effect's not on the ape, is
Yeah,
it?
it is. I put
Oh,
it
it
there.
is.
Oh, it's applied by Miriam. That's why I click. So I'm gonna go ahead and just auto roll one with advantage for you real quick. It would be against 10. It succeeds.
Okay, that's fine.
It's because it was counting it still as Miriam's concentration, even though it was on him. Because since I dragged it from Miriam to him.
Interesting. Cool.
So then you'll flash
using my-
Victorious.
I will flash Victorious over to him and hit him again.
You throw it up towards him. It crests along, cuts into part of the giant ape's chest. As it does, you teleport to it. It's still dug into his skin somewhat. Go ahead and roll the attack with advantage.
Will do. And because I'm up next, is it thrown for this baby, or is it fucking...
This attack is up close. Because
Yeah,
you teleport to it and then attack with it.
Yeah.
Oh!
Jesus Christ.
I'm
So I'm
probably
gonna-
losing concentration.
I throw a
Yeah.
snack attack on there.
I can only imagine.
And now your head's as big as you really are. There we go. Hi, Miriam.
I don't know how mean or nice I want to be
Where
on
where
this.
would she be?
I'd say I'm probably like here-ish.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm having fun. And there's something about this that feels appropriate to me. Your roll was a nat 1 and a nat 20. I want you to... Now, nat 20s normally don't affect saves. But I'm gonna be a nice boy to you, given just how much fun I'm having with this particular moment. I'd like you to please roll me a D100, and if it is over 50, I'm gonna count that nat 20 as a success. I'm going to count that nat 20 as a success.
Hell yeah, let's fucking
I hope
go,
everybody
man.
involved doesn't feel bad, but that felt appropriate.
No. I'm into it.
You couldn't go there because you would be in my space.
Return to monkey!
Yeah.
Yes.
Go back. I want to be monkey.
That is not me declaring that there are nat 20s on saves.
That is you making.
That is me thinking that this is just too cool.
Fucking get all up on you with my swords.
Alright, so you did do a fuck ton of damage, though. You did 55 damage.
Ow.
And that's me.
Alright. Alright, Scarlet's gonna go ahead, and Scarlet's going to do two things. The first thing is strike you with Storm Sphere, because it is there to strike you. So it's going to make an attack roll against you as lightning.
Scandal, if you crit me, our date is so over.
It hits, does not crit.
Alright.
Surges towards you, strikes, you take some damage, you lose concentration because you just rolled really badly that time.
God damn it.
Oh!
No return to monkey.
So, which of the spaces you're on do you want to go into?
Put me. Let's put me. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, giant monkey, I'm so sorry to see you go. I like giant monkey man.
I'll turn off.
I gotta
I'll
turn
turn
with
off
that.
one wing Kong. One wing Kong is now off.
Damn it.
Alright. So that strikes you. As that does, heckin' Scarlet is intentionally being conservative about spell slots. They are going to, once again, use Eldritch Blast to try to hit you. That's 3 blasts. They fire out towards you. First one.
Danger.
The first one hits. Any of these could end you. Ugh! The second one fires. The second one hits. Heckin'. Boopadoo. That is not so. Get out of there, adjust thing. Bam. Heckin'. Fires towards you. Oh my god! Okay. And the last one fires. And the last one misses.
Yeah!
What are you even at?
Oh my god.
You're at 3! You're at 3! Okay.
Oh hell yeah.
Argo. Argo's going to go. Watching that ones and just fucking dies on the spot. Or he does the opposite!
Yes! Let's fucking go!
He gets 1 hit point back! Alright. And he is then, as he stands on his turn and sees the chaos that's around him, the only thing that he can think to do, where is it? Where the fuck is it? Hold on. Heckin'.
Let's go, boy.
Where you love
Oh, who would have said that maybe someone would have not 20'd a death save?
Red.
it. You are so Avi, you are flying, correct?
I am.
Okay, so Argo's going to stand, go under you, go up, get to there.
Alright.
He's gonna rush towards you. You know, I don't appreciate all the sass, Avi. Frankly, he just pulls himself up and like darts out around you and then darts up towards it. He also still has his radiant soul, so actually he's just gonna fly up to here.
Yeah, let's go, boy!
You know that my strengths have never been in directly interfering in things. He reaches up, because he can only just barely reach him. Hey, Vogan, you're the muscle here. And he's going to cast a max level Cure Wounds, which for him is going to be 4th. And you are going to get back 36 hit points, Vogan. So go ahead and just apply that to yourself. Your Bastille stand, you technically haven't moved.
36. I gained 36 hit points.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Because he max heals you because you're at 0.
Yeah.
I'm going to check my wording on Bastille stand, and I'm going to decide if my wording requires me to heckin'
Remain conscious.
I did not have it in there that you need to be conscious. You haven't moved. You are still Bastille
And I haven't moved.
I might change that in future, but as far as I'm concerned right now, text is what it is. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
And by what do I mean by go ahead? I mean you were at the bottom of the turn order, you fool. Your turn is here.
All right. I attack Merit. No.
Vogan's like, I will be on the winning side.
I'm gonna get here.
Gonna get there. All right.
Fucking. Do I get Avi?
I don't know who's your fight with, boy.
What was your personal goal?
You said you were taking down the
Action
lady.
economy.
Yeah, I'm going for the
economy.
lady.
Do it!
Get her, fuck her,
Action economy.
I'm gonna use Bardic Inspiration.
Go for it.
Is it a D8?
He's a D8.
All right, come on.
Damn
it. Wait, that would put it at 17. Damn it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna be. I keep saying this because I know that this fight is what it is. You know what their thing is, anyways. Their
It's
AC.
20, right?
21.
It's 21. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Do you want to use favor? Would that put it up to it? You have a 17.
That would put it up to an 18 if I used favor.
Favor? With the 15 plus 2, you'd be at 17, and the favor is a plus 3 for you right now, right? So that'd be.
I'd still miss.
You still miss. Yeah,
right?
never mind.
Yeah.
I was gonna be nice
You
to
could
you.
also saving face.
Yeah.
Favor ends.
You could!
Could what?
You could use saving face and favor.
Well, I'd still miss.
With both? No,
Because you rolled a 15.
because
Bardic
17
Inspiration makes it 17. Favor makes it
Fucking
20.
why not?
Yes!
All right.
Because I haven't actually told you if you hit her or not. You
That
just
was
know.
super safe.
Yeah. All right. Do I hit her?
Nah, man. Go ahead, roll your damage.
You just hear Spence disconnect from the
Oh! She nat wonder concentration check.
Oh,
Turning surge
thank
ends as you
God.
get up and strike her. A line of electricity, of blue magical energy, seems to streak up her body, and all at once the reddish outline that is around her blasts away as if it had cut apart a seam in the magic.
Die!
That misses.
Damn it! Fucking, I hate her so much. I wanted to fucking kill herself.
Also,
I mean, the more I see this, the more I feel like I might have actually stood a chance against Vogan.
is that you?
Yes, that's me.
All right, Miriam.
I took one.
Polymorph! Giant ape!
Oh, I do that twice. I will rip them in half.
Have you been? You've been.
Again?
I was just making sure you're counting your spell slots.
Yeah. I take one step down, and as soon as I get there, I'm going to cast a motherfucking thunder wave.
Do it!
Go for it.
Uncanny dodge that.
Go
Not
second level.
if it.
It's not an attack.
It's not an attack,
That's
it's a
true.
save.
That's why I double checked.
So that would be eye level, and then I got that spell slot. Yeah.
Go away, Avi.
Don't even roll damage. Don't even roll damage against the lady. I will note, as you cast this and you aim it towards her, what level you cast it at? 3?
Second level.
As you point your hand at her, and as the thunder wave emits from it, it still hits Avi. But it just seems to entirely omit the lady. Something that wasn't happening before, but as it happens, she doesn't seem to even, like, her hair isn't even moved by the force of the blast.
Gotta hit her.
Alright, I'll detarget her. Yeah.
Let's go, bitch.
Oh, Avi!
Ugh.
And your side's not that good on healing, so...
Nope. It's all good.
This is a very support heal heavy side dealing with a high DPS side and just being like,
Yeah,
who
man.
can outnumber?
The DPS is me
Bardic Inspiration
on
if I
our
have
side.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I will
man.
bonus action Bardic Inspiration Vogue and be like, alright, do that again, but more.
I'd like to.
And you still have it marked on yourself. I won't reapply. I'll just
Yeah.
mark it off.
Oh, yeah, forgot to take it off. Whatever.
And I can't move, or I'll die, so that's me.
Real quick. Give me
Actually, wait.
waiting.
Waiting.
Am I more? No, I'm not. That's Stu. I should not risk that, but it would be awesome.
You gonna play D&D, boy?
Yeah, we're playing D&D.
I'm gonna go hug Scandal.
No! No, I want to win, though!
Oh, yeah?
Trust.
You're going over there? Are you doing anything while you're there?
I'm just leaving, and I'm doing my own thing.
As you go over there, you see Scarlet putting her hand up to the storm sphere again, and you see a bolt of lightning begin charging within it. As that happens, Argo is going to turn back over towards her. Be like,
Still says he's unconscious.
it does, I'll get rid of that. And prone, even though he's flying. And he looks over towards her, just like over shoulder, and just very, I'm kind of getting sick of that thing. What do you say? He's going to put his hand out and he's going to cast Dispel Magic at 4th level.
Oh,
Good day.
And let's
Good
see.
call, boy.
you.
And it is a 4th level spell. So,
It works.
heck in. As he puts his hand out towards her, she's about to fire lightning. It crests over towards the lot of you, and as it does, it just dissolves and disappears into sparks as the storm begins to shrink down and vanishes as well. As well, her mirror image spell also disappears. Oof.
What a
Yeah.
that hell yeah. Oh, we had ourselves an army of sorry. Should I say Scarlets?
I would prefer that you did. I'm not sure why you're calling me such an uncouth name.
And as that happens, he is going to be like, yeah, sure. And his scythe is just going to swing in behind the lot of you, come back up behind her, strike. It has... Why do you have disadvantage, boy?
Is it marking them at... he's marked at negative 15 feet, and she's marked at 20.
Ah, that's why. Okay. So, yeah, he flew up there to do that. As that hits, that drops second 19, so that would have hit. And also, because his wings are out... Because his wings are out, it's going to do a little bit more damage. So, whack. Oh, that should have done...
More damage.
That should have done slightly more. That hits her armor of Agathis, but he's not within range to take it. So, also...
So it hits Miriam.
Actually, it's a magical effect, so technically the armor would have been dispelled as well.
Oh, yay! Nice.
Heck in. So that, bam, and I gotta reapply that damage because that would have cut through that. There would have been an extra 7 that didn't get applied there. And take the damage again. Bam. She gets hit by it! I think it's about time one of us gave you proper attention, don't you?
I think it's time that everybody gives me their attention. Frankly, she flips her hair. I've been feeling a little bit ignored.
And Scarlet is going... Can't angle that properly.
Listen, I've been trying to give you attention. I've just been a little tied up.
Heck in. That would have been that. She is going. She can't cast that spell. That's illegal.
Just like, bestow curse. Just like,
She's about to use a spell. She looks up at the Academy Mage guys, like, oh, never mind. Right.
Oh, yeah, that.
She's going to cast Lightning Bolt, and she's going to do so on Argo.
Oh my god. Well, later, Argo.
cannot counterspell.
He fails.
Yep.
He, like, shrugs and puts his arms out in a very what can you do gesture as the blast hits him. It strikes him. He falls down 10 feet.
It's a living.
He knows what he's doing. This is Argo's function in battles.
Yeah.
He hits.
That's all he's here for.
He has pulled his weight. I
What
don't
is
care
your
what anybody
purpose?
says.
To heal.
All right, and then Avi.
Ha. All right.
What's up?
Hi. What to do? Oh, you know what? I'm going to just hit Vogan because he's right there.
Makes sense.
Just gonna smile at Vogan's like,
That's what I would do.
This is for all the bird jokes, Vogan. And I'm gonna
They were funny!
stab him with Vox
We're on a
Victoria.
date. I'm gonna cutting words. I'm not even gonna look at it.
Okay, roll one 1d8, please, Aaron. Here it is, but it still
roll
hits.
to do it on.
Yeah.
You did.
I literally looked away from the screen.
You hit, Avi.
Cool.
You take 11 damage, Vogan.
Oh,
Ow.
that should have been snack attack too. That's my bad.
Go ahead and roll the sneak attack damage. Roll your, 48, I think?
Yeah, it's 48. Sorry.
Sorry that I keep
Another
forgetting.
15. Vogan can take that. Vogan, you are...
I'm alive.
Alright, you...
Action.
Bonus action, which?
I'm stab him again.
Go for it.
Eh.
I love you, Vogan.
Go away.
That one, that hits. This is not a sneak attack, but go ahead and roll
Nope.
it.
Go away. Ow.
I will note, for the sake of transparency, when you make an attack action with Victoria, then you get one more as part of the same attack action, so you can make one more attack with it if you want to.
All right, well, boys.
Does
Later.
Yeah,
How many times have you said that, boy?
GG, man, though.
Does it
But
have to
how many
necessarily
times-
be
It has to be with
Delaying
Vox
the
Victoria, and it
inevitable,
has to
man.
be a. It has to be a. Well, where you are, I guess you could throw it technically, but you would have.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be good.
Disadvantage.
Well, technically, she.
I could. If you want me to throw disadvantage on it, I will happily do so.
Are you
'cause I
throwing it, or are you
kinda
just taking a normal attack with it?
I'll just take a normal attack.
Then, just go ahead then.
Doesn't matter.
Sorry, Vogan.
You missed.
I missed. Never mind.
Go away.
That's what I've been
all
trying to do. That's what I've been trying to do, Vogan.
Is that, assuming that's your turn, Vogan?
All right.
Let's
I gotta
go,
deal
bye-bye.
with you. I gotta deal with you real quick. Does I hit you?
That misses.
No.
All right.
You have
die.
Bardic Inspiration, though.
Oh yeah. Can
you-
I have used that retroactively?
Yes, let's go ahead.
All right.
What is your
Does a
AC,
17 hit?
Aviana?
Pardon me?
Your AC 16? That first one
16.
then would have hit. You were 1 point away.
Like to
Alright.
uncanny dodge my ass out here.
Go ahead and uncanny dodge. Go ahead and.
Die anyway.
You bring that last one up, you're like, sorry about this, Vogan. You bring it down, he brings up his blade, catches Vox Victoria, pushes it back. The blade goes through Vox Victoria, the lightning severing. Then once it's on the other side, re-extends into a beam of lightning and streaks across your body. You are knocked unconscious and fall to the
I'm
ground.
just grinning at Vogan as he does this, as I fall.
Does a 32 hit the lady?
Yes, and also gain a favor. It's a 32 hit, he asks, only mostly ironically.
God damn it.
Die. Why won't you die?
deal
I didn't
20
roll it
da-
onto her. Hold on. There you go.
She looks.
I think that's why she wouldn't.
She looks like she is very close
Why won't she fucking go down? Oh! Waste your turn at least, please.
Logan, second wind.
Waste your turn.
You just yell, Vogan, second wind! And you just hear from off-screen just this... And then Orbis just collides with the stands thrown at Quintus.
No, you see, that was his inner Quintus. Logan, second wind.
I stab
Hell
myself in the face.
Okay. She
Does
is
she continue as though she lost her thing?
she is going to use her action
Damn
to...
it! I guess not.
Okay, nope, Turning Surge doesn't have that same drawback.
Oh,
She's going to use her action.
that's
She
so
touches the
busted.
belt, the same belt she wears that has coins that seem to be sewn into it along as she touches one of them. This red-hot glow escapes from it. She is going to give herself some temporary hit points. She's then going to reignite her weapon, which had previously not been ignited because of her having lost some of her things. And those are in place of attacks. She is going to turn, and she is going to pull out her revolver, and she is going to fire it at Miriam.
Doppelganger tactic.
She's going to fire it at Scandal. She is going to have... Oh, roll the thing against her, though. She succeeds.
Oh.
So she is, however, firing with somebody right next to her. She's going to have disadvantage, but she turns and barely looks over to you, just over her shoulder, fires it towards you. That's a hit.
Yep.
Fires, shoots, hits you. The bullet seems to ignite as well when she fires it, and when it strikes you, it leaves a large burn mark as if the bullet had been twisting upon your armor.
I'm unconscious but invisible.
That is the extent of her actions.
This is very bad. This is fucking stupid super haze.
Avi.
Alright, cool, let's make this motherfucking death save.
Swear to God. It's a 20.
Yeah, that's a fail.
that was close.
That was really close.
Vogan.
Oh my God. Please, just die. Die.
You just rolled damage, and... you hit. Yes, I see the attack.
Yeah.
Yep, you hit, you cut through it. The temporary hit points they gained seem to have evaporated as of that attack. They stagger back. They, with the revolver, they bring the Alsfie up and they bring it up as if they're about to strike back at you. You have one more attack, and you do a favor. I'll remind you.
I was gonna use it.
That's a hit.
Die. Why won't you die?
On fucking
Oh, you immortal bitch! Fuck off, you fucking asshole! I hate
She has 2 hit points.
That's fucking twice!
Yep. Scandal's going to go.
Right fucking rag!
You.
Point that gun at her head and kill herself.
Scandal is going to... They weave some sort of magic around them. You see them pull out another one of those beads they use during their fight that function effectively as a spell scroll. She grips it in her hand. You see a flash of magic, but you do not see the effects of whatever it is that she cast.
Cool.
Miriam, go ahead and roll a death save.
Get it, boy.
That's a failure.
Oh!
All right. The lady goes.
Yep.
They're gonna give up one of their attacks to give themselves more temporary hit points. They have 3, so there's
Good for
plenty
them.
to go around. They're then going to make 2 attacks. First attack. Misses.
I'm gonna call bullshit, but I'll take it.
Well, there you go. It misses.
Uh,
I'm not... Heck.
Go. Just kill me. Just do it.
And the second attack misses.
You're a coward!
I'm not a coward!
You're a coward!
She rolled a 2 both times!
My God!
Why are...
The only person to be upset.
If I
is
can't
when
even
you-
make winning fun for you, then what's the point in trying?
You're a coward!
You're a coward, Mickey.
Your dice are cowards!
Take the shot.
You get crits on him constantly, and he fucking with no fucking input on your own, and he gets mad at you. You have a fucking creature keep missing him, he gets mad at you. I think Spencer hates D&D, is what I think. Spencer's not a fan of the Dungeons and the Dragons. Argo's gonna roll a death save. Argo succeeded, but did not nat 20.
Ah, balls.
Top of the fucking next round, how about? How about you be a big old nice boy to me? You think about that? I'm rooting
Never.
for you. I'm not cheating for you, though. Gosh. Alright. You're probably gonna get mad at me for this, too! But what are you gonna do? Die! That hits.
Die!
Legitimately?
Oh my
You did it!
Finally!
How do you want to do this?
Ah, this is a personal win. Alright. Now it's time for Scandal to kick my ass.
How do you want to... Just because this is, I think, the victory of the match, how do you want to do this?
Oh, man. Oh, man. Let me think. Alright. After I take a look at Miriam unconscious and Argo just down on, like, the
Voice
lower
for Miriam's
fucking...
unconscious.
Yeah. Oh, wait. I looked where he fell unconscious, I guess.
It's just a
I
blood
assume he
smear.
fell unconscious.
They don't know, man. He could be somewhere like moving around invisible. They don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't call the match.
And I just get into a very low stance, as if I'm in my Bastille stand. And she's about to, as she makes her what looks to be her final attack, I just very quick draw motion with my lightsaber and just slash across as I get to, like, over here.
You do. She brings up her Alsphys to try to block it as it hits her. She gets knocked back. She falls to the ground. You notice that as she falls, she spins the Alsphys and sticks it into the ground to keep herself from falling totally down to the ground when she does. But she kneels down, one knee on the ground, seemingly motionless. And you pick up that she has fallen unconscious as of that action.
Alright, Scandal. It's just you and me now.
Action surge.
Miriam, roll a death save. That's a failure.
No.
The lady, roll a death save.
No! Don't let her do that!
Nat 20, Nat
She nat 1.
20, Nat...
Yes!
Oh!
Aviana, roll a death
Failed too!
save.
Fuck yeah, bitch!
Nat
Roll a 1.
20, Nat
Roll a 1.
20.
That works
Well,
that works too.
Hell yeah.
As you point your weapon towards Scarlet and say that it's just you and her now, you see the form that's in front of you shimmer briefly, and she gives us a smile more reminiscent of how she normally is as Scandal. As from behind you, invisible, she is going to, oh fuck man, she is going to cast Eldritch Blast and fire 3 beams at
sense.
you. The first one's going to have advantage because she's doing it out of invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
It is a hit.
Oh, crazy.
You take 9 damage and you are blasted down to the ground.
Makes sense.
As you hit it, there is a silence among the crowd. Scandal, Kind of puts both of her feet together and then takes a bow, a very performative bow to the crowd.
Argo, get up.
It was very, very fun to perform for you. I'm glad I could bring some levity back into your lives.
Looks over to the lady.
Frankly, I think I pulled my weight.
And I'm going to have... We're going to go to the end of the turn order. Argo's going to get one. I'll give him one.
Come on, Argo.
Argo, come on.
Come
Come on, please.
He got it too.
Oh, buddy.
What is this?
Scandal wins.
Scandal wins.
I guess it's Scandal versus Lexi for the final.
Just for the sake of it? Just for the sake of it. The lady... The lady is permanently out. Argo?
Everyone's staring like, where's the teeth?
Yeah, we don't know, man. He could be,
Where's
he could
that?
be anywhere.
I'm just... Oh, you rolled it. I was just checking. You are permanently out. I'm just going down the list, rolling them to see who stays down. Yo, heckin' Vogan, roll death save. If you're nat 20 on this one, you can get up. Success, but yeah.
Yeah.
And then Miriam, roll one last one.
Kitty.
Yeah. And then back to Scarlet. We've gone through one full extra turn of death saves. I'd say we call it there.
Yeah.
The match is declared. Diane comes out, tells you all to stop, though she doesn't stop it for a moment. After everybody's down, Academy mages rush out, give everybody back health. They find when they try to give Avi health, she doesn't recover immediately. They do stabilize her, but then they end up coming out, taking an actual physical potion, and force-feeding that to her to give her, well, not a potion, one of them comes out with a healer's kit, and uses that to help her recover. But Avi, given that you will not be given 1 hit point, I want you to roll me 1d4.
Okay.
You're stable, but will take 2 hours to recover.
That's fair.
And with that, that is the match.
Goodbye, gold.
Good.
Yep.
Same.
Good match, Vogan.
That was a fight.
That went exactly
going-
as I planned.
Oh.
No, it
No, it didn't. You didn't think you'd take out the lady.
Way longer than you
For
said
going
you would, you
against
son of a bitch.
For going against 2 bosses and a player character, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, man.
Christ.
Dude, you fucking oh, they're so fun. So fun. So fun.
I'm going to
So
give
good.
experience to the entire group. I'm going to give a little bit of extra to Vogan, because he did manage to take down the lady, which in and of itself... it's not so much they took down the lady. You did manage to take down the lady, putting her hit points back up to where they should be, which meant you dealt with an extra 75 points and her turning on her magic
How much
immunity
total
again.
was that?
Her?
Yeah,
you
how
did
much
you did
damage
over
did I
200
do?
damage to her. That includes a
I
bunch
did
of
over
temporary hit
200
points.
damage to
Yeah.
her.
That
Wow.
that includes a
She
bunch of
has
temp
the-
hit points that she
has
had.
She has the points of the monkey. She's a giant monkey.
I will
God.
be frank with you. Her hit point maximum is 175. She, for the purposes of interacting with people in places like this, she's been limiting it to 100 points.
Damn.
She
Damn.
uses
Oh
she
my
uses certain
God.
magic to keep herself suppressed for the sake of heckin' public performance and whatnot. But she considered you to be someone that she wanted to fight properly, so she heckin' tightened the belt for a minute.
Ugh.
Does lady say anything when she gets up to Vogan or anything?
I don't think anything needs to be said.
She kicks him and fucking spits on him, calls him a nerd.
Nah, you nerd.
She kicks me in
Vogan
the
has
fucking
enough
groin.
experience for level 8.
Hey.
Damn right I do.
What?
Boo!
Everybody will have gained 714 just as part of it. Like I said, though, I'm going to give Vogan a little bit of extra as well. That's on top of that. Vogan, I'm going to give you not a massive amount more. I'm going to give you just another 500.
Did Miriam
That works
get
for
any
me.
more? Does Miriam get any more?
Miriam was very helpful during that fight, but this is more about Vogan's victory than it is about anything else.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah,
I
boy.
1v1 the boss.
The crowd cheers.
Again.
she broke her limits and still got downed. I wouldn't say she was doing everything she could have done, but she was doing as much as is acceptable upon the stage that you're on.
Yeah, because again, kind of like
in the same
Scandal
sense
looked up
that
toward the people.
in the same sense that you guys also collectively, there's certain things you couldn't do, certain magic items that you don't include in your what you use. It's fucking.
I should have taken down Avi and Scandal first.
I will say that Scandal's Storm Sphere, I think, was one of the major influences in that.
Scandal was the thing in that fight. It was not the lady. It was Scandal.
Yep.
I am so
Fucking
scared.
Scandal.
I think we need to go fight a bunch of bears. Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Why
yeah.
don't
grind
we
some-
level?
I
grind.
Because like right now, I do not want to fight the lady with my 51 HP. I am good.
Hey, I don't have to take down my bet. I can still get that money back if Finny wins.
That's true.
That is true.
I mean,
You,
and,
Fenris.
and also Vogan gets to fight Murkwire.
Hey.
That's gonna be fucking
The two
dope.
holders of Orbis are going to be fighting for third
if I
place,
beat
while
Murkwire,
Fenris
you
and the lady will be fighting for first and second.
If I beat you, you have to give me your shiny, cool Orbis thing.
With everything that we have done today,
my
I
gosh.
believe that is where we're going to stop, and we will resume the end of the match after next game. We will also level Vogan. But that's today. That's
today.
Yeah.
By fight bears, I mean to say we need to save my girlfriend.
So fight bears.
Yeah, let's go.
Bears got her.
The bears,
bears got her.
not the bears.
The bears got her. That Tenebros bear.
God. Oh my
Man.
god. Why did I have that? Sorry, I'm good. I'm so emotionally tired.
Yo, right? Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Today's been the
And
day.
hungry tired.
There's the
I
game and
cried
everything
for
before the
dice.
game.
I cried for dice. I cried for animation.
babe.
Welcome.
And I cried
Welcome to
for
the party.
Tantia.
I'm really glad I cashed out.
Fuck you. Some of us didn't.
Yeah,
It's true.
In you.
Fools. Fucking idiots.
I'm gonna kill you.
So I will note.
Goddamn ass.
I will note.
Tenor bears.
And this is maybe something you guys hadn't considered. The bets for Vogan aren't gone.
Yeah.
It's true. He's gotta be.
Vogan's
he's
not
gotta
out of the
be-
tournament.
No.
Oh, good. Okay.
They
He's
just
so
did
bad.
double right there.
Yeah.
He's just gotta be.
They will,
Murkwire.
once he's eliminated from the tournament, and as in that he will have fought Murkwire for third place, that's when those bets will cease. However, they will
They
not
just
double
didn't
this
double
round.
right here.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I still have a shit ton of money invested in this then. Hell yeah.
Like I said, that's
No.
why, again, there's that extra doubling at the end. It's because at this stage, whoever went on to first and second would have doubled one extra time more than whoever fought for third and fourth.
Oh.
Maybe.
Fucking. If Vogan doesn't beat Murkwire and Lexi did, she's never gonna let you live it down, Vogan.
Hey,
Ever.
I moved on and I didn't beat Murkwire. At least you beat the person that you were fighting. Instead of died. Like literally died. Died. Perished. Had to be stabilized. Was murdered-fied.
Alright, it's time. It's time. Did it.
Did it, death.
All right.
Did it, death.
So Vogan, just to get this out of the way, why don't let's just do this like literally heckin'.
Right now.
Oh shit.
I just
Vogan.
threw your level on you. The only thing I believe this is just a hit point level,
I also get a feat.
in a feat level, so that you can think about that afterwards. Go ahead and why don't you roll me your hit points?
Do it.
Do it.
You also have 10 focus points as of now. 8.
Oh, thank God! I was hovering on that too. I was hovering on that too. I was like, no!
No.
So you now have 12 focus points total. You can use a maximum of 6 in one turn. I think we might have broken that rule at some point during this fight, but who's tracking? Certainly not me, the DM.
Doesn't my my max should be 72?
Your max goes up. You're up for 72 hit points.
Yeah, because it was 62. I rolled an 8 plus 2 because con.
Yes, I haven't actually applied your next level yet.
Oh, okay. It just automatically. did
8
it. Okay.
plus. Yeah. I hadn't. Whenever I add a level to you, the thing that tracks it just adds the average automatically. I have to go in and change that. Bam.
Okay. Thought you changed it real quick. I'm like,
Nope.
wait, no.
Oh,
Chipped of those 2 hit points.
yep.
Those belong me.
Yeah, boy.
That's why she was prudently hacking being like 10 pit points. 10 pit points. Give up an attack, 10 pit points.
Yeah. She's nasty. She's
She is.
absolutely
Oh
nasty.
man.
I'm going to bring down the screen and we're going to run credits.
Man.
Because that's today.
What a mother frickin' day.
Oh, no.
And that means there's only one more, there's only one final round left in the tournament. Or one last day, which will be the following day. Well, too bad.
None of us wanted you to fight the lady.
Ow. Okay. Maybe I'll fight the lady. All right.
Why did you fight Vogan?
I did.
Yeah.
Okay, that would have been so good.
Yeah,
I am curious how a lady versus Murkwire fight would have gone too.
yeah,
true.
right.
Yeah.
Good. Oh,
Barbarian
I'd be very-
Murkwire.
Yeah,
Who
dude.
has
Barbarian
resistance to
Murkwire.
fire, which is what she does.
Yeah.
I would be very interested.
Man, he's gonna have the resistance to everything I do.
I wanna.
I assume
wanna
he's
see...
resistant to lightning.
Who knows?
I mean, if you electrify yourself, you get the temporary hit points at least.
True.
All right, let's see. What do we got?
You could
Were
try
there
to
any
tank it.
for notifications? Did we miss any during the fucking glad to catch a stream finally for the first time? Bunch of subs. $10 donation from Scandal Sister Lexi saying, "You got this, big sis." Heckin' Night Shadow gave 500 bits just now, saying, "Awesome day, I'm so tired. Nice work, everyone." I'm also very tired.
I can't wait to
That's why
work
we're
out
ending a
after
little
this.
bit earlier than usual, because we had a big... We've been doing this for about 6 hours. We just only... just did the actual stream.
Yeah, first we had aggressive dice.
So aggressive.
Oh my god.
God. I'm looking at them right now. They're so beautiful.
I'm very
Can we see
upset.
the animations again? We're not playing them on here again, no, because we'd have to split the VOD.
But people have posted them in the Discord,
Mm-hmm.
like the links to them. So if you want to join our Discord,
All right, I think with that, YouTube side, we are going to head off, and we'll see you guys next week for whatever comes between this and the next match. There's no day of rest between these ones. It is the next day is the finals. And the day after that, the election. So,
well,
Fuck Diane.
God damn Diane.
God.
but times.
So. Dude.
indeed.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't even know.
But
Well,
yeah, YouTube
second
side,
place isn't a bad
we'll
place.
see you around.
Bye,
Bye, YouTube.
Bye.
Yeah, I loved it.